Ugh.
Ugh, agreed, Somdi. Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action today, do not forget, like, comment, subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in joining our community and helping us to grow even further, you can do so by becoming a member here on our channel. If you are interested in joining any of our games like this one, we do have an open slot available in this, and we have 2 open slots available in the Friday early campaign that we want to start. I'm running any style of game, any level range that people are interested in. We just need 2 more players to get it going, and then you all can sit down and discuss what it is we'll be doing. But I think that's all of my shameless self-promoting. I believe Samdi is giving us the recap, right?
Yes.
Go ahead, Samdi.
So, when we last left off, we had killed poor Rick's corporeal body. And Kat immediately goes to search the body for any sort of clues as to what he was doing or why he was doing it. Finding a locket and was it a diary or...
Diary, yes.
Okay, it's a diary in Infernal, which none of us could read. Then, as it so happens, the chicken seller from the town that got burnt is a worshipper of Asmodeus and offers to help translate it if we help with the town, which we do. Not a cock wrangler, Cat. That is not how we word things. He also points out the fact that the corpse of Rick is currently burning up on its own, so he's probably not dead, just gone to hell and is being tortured for his incompetence / failure. We proceed to spend the next 2 days, I think, or just a day, I don't know, helping out the town. Some people helped physically, some people helped with magic, and some helped financially. After a while, the chicken seller invites us into his home to have a nice meal with his wife and children, as he proceeds to, well, translate the diary and tell us what it's all about. We know that the name of the devil responsible is Infernitus, or at least that's his title. We know that he is somebody working for Asmodeus, but not actually Asmodeus, so we can't blame Asmodeus for it. We decide that it's probably best if we go to the Church of Asmodeus, which in the closest proximity is in Spalding. And after having our meal, we head out. About halfway there, we come across the ferry that's supposed to take us over Mechagator River, as I'll call it, because that is the only thing I care about. But it is closed for the night because it is fucking late. We do come across another tent, or at least we see a light and then come across the tent. And Kat recognizes Kat recognizes that the watchdog in front of the tent is, what was it, Boris?
Boris, the good boy.
Yes, the Russian good boy. Who the last time she saw him was in her dream when he turned into a monstrous abomination to haunt her. So that might have been a bit of a trigger. But realizing that this is in fact actually Boris, Therefore, somebody from her homeland is probably in that tent. And she's like, well, this is shit. We might have to kill him. We tentatively say, hi, could you come out? And out comes the most jacked elf in existence. Is it fucking 7-foot abomination over there? I forgot his name.
He's only 6'2".
Ah.
Yeah.
God, it's the same height. Anyway. What was his name again? Gabriel.
Gabriel.
There it is. Gabriel is the son of Sergei, the person that betrayed Kat's family and caused a entire revolution in the definitely not Russia territory. Realizing that it probably means that that he's been sent to kill Kat, we are all essentially preparing to fight the buff elf. But he says, hey, I'm not actually here to kill you. I got kicked out because I didn't want to do it. So, like, it's either I take your head back to them or I spend the rest of my life in exile. So I'd probably just spend the rest of my life in exile. He offers her his tent to Katarine after Katarine reads his mind so that she knows he's not lying. And we spend the rest of the night just contemplating what the fuck this is all about. In the morning, Bart and Gabriel have a competition of sorts. Where they try and, Gabriel does his regular guardsman or guard of the princess training, and Bart attempts to do that training. Ever since he left, he probably hasn't done that a lot. And in that scenario, there was a lot of half-naked, sweaty dudes just going about their day. And the rest of the party is either watching, actively sabotaging, or spying on every other party involved. And after about how many fucking hours was that of just fucking dick measuring? 2?
Just, yeah, a lot.
It was a long time, and we eventually decide we probably should, get up, get the fuck out. And, the ferry's open, and speaking of the ferryman has been watching us this entire time just fucking laughing at us. And did we cross the ferry, or did we just get, like, hey...
Oh, you guys crossed the ferry. Traveling across this terrain, over the river, and through the woods, you travel. Venturing forth, looking at the wondrous, beautiful area around you. Who's going to be keeping watch as you are traveling? Not the one maintaining your journey, just looking around for safety.
So if I'm leading it, I don't think I'm watching, right?
That is correct.
You don't want me to do it.
I could be watch, or I could be leading and leave you as watch.
I think Monkey's watching out. I don't know if anyone else is, but I know Monkey, just because he's new area, so he's watching around for that. Always watch around for whatever.
I guess I'll assist with I'll do my own watch as well then.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Perfect.
Right.
11 for me.
17 for Monkey. Monkey, as your group is wandering through the woods, you do find a path that you begin traversing, and you look up ahead, and you notice that there is a fallen log over the pathway. And it's cleanly severed on one side from a stump right next to it. And then you look up in the tree where you see that there appears to be 5 individuals with nets blending in with straps of leaves and greens and twigs across their armor to hide themselves in the tree in camouflage. Not very well camouflaged. Just they put in the effort. They look like very typical highwaymen.
And I'm assuming that I'm kind of next to Glenn, and I'm going to raise my hand in the signal to stop and slowly crouch down and point up.
How do we want to handle this?
Do I see them now?
Yeah, it's very easy for all of you to see them as soon as they're pointed out to you.
And what are they wearing? I know they have nets. Do they look like
simple leather armor and padded armor?
Okay, so they're looking for combat. They're not just like down on their left farmers, probably.
No, they definitely don't look like farmers. They look like people that are. They don't look well put together. The armor that they're wearing is closer to scraps of leather that's been like put together in order to look decent. And the weapons they are wielding look slightly rusty and chipped.
How far away are they from us?
About 40 feet or so.
Please let me take this one.
I was about to say I could do it. How closely packed together are they?
They're within a 20-foot radius of one another.
Oh, good.
Just for the record, he is going to kill them. I'm going to scare them. Which would we prefer?
I wasn't going to kill all of them.
In the one spell.
Yeah.
It might take 2.
Look. I say I was going to incapacitate them, maybe kill one of them to show that we mean business, but
I was just going to charm the leader and have him take the rest away.
That sounds like it uses spell slots.
Multiple ways to skin a cat.
But I keep my crossbow raised at one of them, and I look to Bart and I give a nod of.
I get it. I'll just start strolling out into roughly where they are. And
Can I trail behind him?
Sure.
Just sort of casually announce to the air, "Greetings, future corpses. We have seen your ambush, and I would strongly recommend that you leave us alone, or myself and my compatriots will turn you inside out."
I can do that.
Roll me intimidation, please.
The best opening to any conversation.
Greetings, future corpse.
Pretty piss poor, actually, but here we are.
I loved it.
Against commoners, that's gonna be good enough. They scurry out of the trees and then scurry away from you all.
Yeah. Problem solved. Come on, guys. We can go. While everyone's catching up, I'm just going to take a quick poke around, see if they left anything.
The trap is still in the middle of the road. And by trap, it's a log.
A rod?
It's a log.
Oh, so it's just like a log in the way?
Yeah. They chopped it off literally right there on the side and just had it fall over the road.
Yeah.
So people would have to go over and then they could drop the net.
Yeah.
As
Mhm.
their-
Or, if they're using a cart of some sort or any sort of
Yeah, we don't have a cart, do we?
No.
No.
a
We have
horse.
horses.
Yeah, I'll start, rolling the log out of the way.
How heavy does the log look?
Less than 500 pounds.
Okay, I'll just ask if it's
Yeah, for you.
telekinesable.
Would you mind helping Bartakov?
No problem. We'll go over Bart to the other side.
No, don't bother getting on both sides. Just help me out with this end. We'll just swing it out of the way.
Very good. He'll go over to your side and lift. Roll me an athletics check, Bart.
While they're doing this, Monkey's making a pit stop behind a tree.
Good to know.
20. Good shit. You both lift it on the one side, wander over, and drop it onto the edge.
Roll a d100 on a 1, you drop it on your leg.
Mm.
On 100, it's on his leg.
Can I just roll a performance for that? No.
I like those odds.
Oh no, I fell over.
Oh no.
Okay.
I have to say that was a little uneventful.
I
Oh, you did
told
good.
you.
Avoid having to kill some people that didn't really need to die.
Yeah. Wonder
Are
There's
if
always-
they...
Who is this guy and why did we let him come with us? Boring.
Are the
No, it's
nets and stuff still in the tree?
The nets, no, they took everything with them.
Okay.
They don't have
No,
there wasn't much there to begin with. They easily just brought it with them and left. So, as all of you leave, you do note a couple of them still in the woods, like a good ways away, but as soon as they see you, they just get the fuck out of there.
This is so boring.
I wonder what would drive someone to hunt like that.
Money.
Yeah, if it's big prey, I can maybe understand. Maybe starting to combat that way, but chances are they're just looking for travelers. Obviously, not monsters or anything, because they actually put a log across the road.
They're
Yeah,
highwaymen.
they're quite clearly looking to rob people.
They're literally highwaymen on a highway.
Yeah, just their bad luck that they came across an adventuring party. I don't think that they bargained for that. How far away are we from Spalding now?
You're within a few miles right now.
Yeah. We might as well report it to the town
Let's hope so.
constabulary or whatever passes for guards here. Most likely they'll be owned by the Spaldings.
But
That's to
And
say
it-
that those aren't owned by the Spaldings, let's be honest.
I mean,
Ah,
it's still,
the old double dip.
still a good idea, report it in, and then they're gonna maybe ask someone to help take care of it. Then we get paid to do this, and then, more for it.
So,
That could
Is the-
work.
you all continue walking. Jesus. As you are traveling, you start to see the forest begins breaking. You see bits of farmland stretching out around you. Decent portions of crops out here being farmed and tilled by hardied, strong, honest working individuals that all of you have grown oh so familiar with from the last town that you just spent time in. Then, once you get past those yeah.
As we're walking, we see some farmers out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go ask them if they know anything about this area and the highwaymen that were back there. Mr. Farmer.
Good day, sir.
Yeah, we traveling through here and we noticed a gang of maybe ruffians, I don't know, but they were in a tree with some nets trying to create a trap for someone. Do you know anything about these?
I don't, sir. I apologize.
No, don't have to apologize. I was just
The Spalding City
curious.
is known for its graciousness to everybody who spends time here.
I'm inciting that.
Yeah, they
you
sure.
you beat me on the
17.
He looks concerned and he's repeating something that was told to him to repeat in these types of situations.
Well, thank you for your time, and I'm gonna palm him a gold piece. Shake his hand and palm him a gold piece. Sleight of hand.
Roll me persuasion on that.
Okay.
Shake my hand. Won't you shake a poor monkey's hand?
Persuasion.
Yeah.
Nope, but I'm still slighting the hand. Oops, I need to do one more.
That's if you have the opportunity to sleight a hand.
So yeah,
You put it there and he doesn't notice, and then he notices and immediately runs over. Sir, I cannot accept a gold piece, sir. Please, I could not pay the taxes on that here.
well, here's a second one to pay the taxes. I found.
Oh,
the gold
sir,
on
that is too much money. I can't accept this, sir.
Then let me do this. Let me rent your animals from you for 24 hours.
Sir, I don't own this farm. I'm just one of the farm hands out here. The owners of the plantations don't work the fields.
Oh, gods. There is not. We want to be able to help, and we're not concerned about the Spaldings as much, but we want to make sure that people traveling are safe. That is our priority, not the Spaldings.
Right. Well, if there shouldn't be anything like that happening out all the way here. I'll alert the proper authorities. No problem. Please take your gold back.
You pay taxes on something that's a gift?
You pay taxes on everything.
I heard there are even some countries where they make you pay taxes on lottery winnings.
Right. And well, I just moved out of the Grovelers district in order to work in the Burden district, and it's good work out here. I get to work for a place to live, food in my belly, and all of the accommodations for my family as well, instead of having to pay taxes and just falling deeper and deeper in debt.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand.
I just heard the Kill Bill alarm.
Somebody's going.
Backpedal a little bit. Did you just say you moved out from Groveler's district
Right.
into Workers district?
Burden.
The Burden district. I'm not
Burden.
I'm not skilled enough to work in the Workers district.
Oh.
Cat,
Yes,
are we
Barton
going to
does.
have to overthrow another government?
And I think
think
they've
so.
renamed it the Laborers district, not the Workers district. That's
I'm already imagining heads on spikes.
We're going to have to.
You forget
encourage
you
the
heard
workers
that.
to
I'm
cease
gonna
the
forget that I heard that. I don't want any associate. I don't want no problems with nobody. I just want to go back to the farms. Working.
Let's leave
Good
him
on
out
ya.
to his labor.
Understand. We thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I'll take that gold back. I understand that you're
Thank you.
nervous about it. And
Thank
as
you,
I'm
sir.
putting it in, I accidentally drop 10 silver on the ground and walk off.
No, that's so bad. I can't. And he just
I'm gonna
scurries
pick up 9
away
of the
from this
silver.
area.
I pick up 9 of the silver.
He's terrified to have money, man. Money.
Yeah. Also, as we're walking, Sandy's going to lean towards Kat. Deja vu.
It wasn't that bad. And alright, there were some.
Well, either people here are more stubborn about the way they live, or people have become desensitized to it. Because it was a bit less in your home country, right?
At least
you.
we had the good sense not to name it the fucking burden district.
Well, might be time to bring change to the region.
God damn it, Chris.
What'd you say?
It's also in Discord. Thank you.
God fucking damn you.
I hate it. I figured out what it was way too quickly. Anyways, you all keep traveling and you go past the farmlands where you start to notice that these plantations out here have hundreds of field hands, hundreds of them, all of which are working and all of which give the same head nod and happy looking smiles that you all can tell deep down those smiles are completely fake. They are not happy. It's just one of those, yeah, everything's fine type of smiles from all of them. Once you start getting past all the farmlands, you all have the sense to look off the road, which is the most beautifully paved, nice road any of you have walked across. They seem to have made some type of weird ground. It's not exactly like stone. It's too smooth for that, and it's black like tar. And all of you are familiar with tar from the numerous tar monsters you've killed. But somehow they have changed this.
Don't talk about Bart's family like that.
And it's so easy to walk across for each of you. It's so warm and nice, and the trees are all perfectly trimmed and hedged to make this as beautiful for you to go through. But you look past the surface of the beauty, past the woods, where you start to notice thatched together shacks. Little tiny hovels and homes, barely even holding together and tucked away out of sight. And then you start to see one or two individuals along the side who are looking suspiciously from side to side as you are all passing by for any guards, and then hold out their hats for anything that you would donate to them.
Sandy is going to psychically link to Katarine
Mm-hmm.
and is going to say, I am not a good man, but I hate this situation.
So, everybody.
You're not the only one. There is.
Oh, side note, I am giving them my rations as I'm walking past since they don't want money.
Oh, they would gladly take the rations. And you notice inside of their hats, they do have a couple of copper pieces. These individuals, they're not the farmers.
How many of them are there?
Periodically you come across them. This is a very large population city.
I'm dropping 50 silver between all of them.
Oh. As you do that, one of them just smiles up at you. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'm going to be able to feed my family with this for a couple of days at least.
Absolutely. You're more than welcome.
Right.
Sure.
Do any of y'all need anything? You clearly aren't from around here.
A guide?
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
I could help you with anything outside the city. You need to know about the Grovelers district. I'm from the east side, but I had a feeling today south would be a good place to get a few extra people willing for the Grovelers. I got a cousin who works over in the Burden district as well. I got another cousin who works over at the Grovelers district west. And then I got my father came from the Laborers district before he, broke his arm and couldn't work anymore. So
I'm glad we found you. What was your name?
Oh, my name is Commune.
Nice to meet you. I'm Monkey of True Harbinger, where sometimes we bring change.
Oh,
And this is
Um,
Glenn, Samdi, Bart, and Kat. We'd like to have your services for a day or two, if you don't mind.
Oh,
as a guide.
absolutely. Do you mind if I turn this money over to my wife to take care of? And then I can come around with you all a couple of days, no problem. It's just right over there. I'm gonna, and they start walking away.
As he's away, I'm going to quickly, steadily cast See Invisible.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. Let's see if you see anything.
As I feel like this place is the type of thing that'll have security, even out here.
Okay.
Where's my perception check?
It's the P
There
word.
it is. There's a lot of those, actually. Oh, not 20. Or
Nice.
26.
You look around, and along the road, there's nothing invisible that you can easily discern, but you do see, tucked away on the other side of the road, a little ways into the forest, there's this tall, tiger-looking person with large orange face and white stripes going across it, as they seem to just be looking around the area a little bit and kind of like eyeing all of you up before wandering away.
Backwards hands.
Do I... Well, I wouldn't know to pick that out. That's metagaming.
Only if you're proficient in religion, are you?
I don't think anyone is except Monkey.
Then none of you could even begin to guess.
I really should get skilled.
Are you going to point anything out to Monkey or no?
As I'm doing that, I'm going to connect to Monkey specifically, actually, since this feels like his sort of weird ballpark.
Yeah, Monkey does weird shit.
Yeah, exactly. And a tiger person is kind of in the ballpark of weird, considering I've never seen that before. I'm going to say, for the love of God, we are being monitored. Don't say anything that could cause us to be considered insurgents, you know? You're not stupid. I know that much.
I whisper out loud. I understand, and I accept your love.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, it's a invisible tiger person. And I'll begin to describe the situation to everyone else.
Roll me a religion check, Monkey.
Yep. And, well, what the hell. We're early in the game, but I'm going to use my advantage. Why not?
23.
Because it was the same roll. That's why I shouldn't have.
You're suspicious. It's either a tabaxi, but tabaxis usually aren't big. They're usually scrawny and tall. Or it might be something that would be a little bit more on the concerning spectrum, if it had backwards hands.
I think to Samdi, and I don't know if he can hear me. Well, could be a tabaxi, but usually they're thinner, sometimes hairless and scary.
With no eyes.
With no eyes. Does it have if it has backwards hands, then that might be kind of concerning for this tiger.
Fuck your backwards hands.
With your perception check, now that you think about it, you thought their hands were just crossed and like a little awkward, but no, he didn't have his hands crossed. They were backwards.
As I'm just like, I go from like subtly throwing glances to just like, oh, fucking hell, as I'm just frozen in place for a second. What is Rakshasha? I say to I say to Monkey in his brain. Cause that might be a Rakshasha. Rickshash.
As you say that, Samdi, you notice the individual turns on their feet and looks back over at you.
That was mental. That was mental.
I'm aware.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me.
And it gives a... It starts to look at you specifically. Are you looking directly at it?
Is there anything past him?
Woods and trees.
I just take a deep breath. What does the place smell like?
The environment, wood, trees, forestation.
I'm just gonna say out loud, who the fuck keeps this many trees around here?
Roll me
It's
a
part of-
deception check.
And
I'm
I'll
going-
answer.
Yeah, go for
I'm
it.
gonna
would that
use-
count as would that count as a sentence?
I mean, go
A
ahead.
sentence is only as long as you want it to be. No, and I'm gonna
that's
use
how I
my
will assist.
Oh, are you okay? You're assisting.
Yeah.
Uh,
16. Ooh. Okay, they have a fighting chance on that. I wasn't expecting them to have a fighting chance against you.
needs to be a roll.
I need to get their character sheet open. Just give me a second. Okay. +9 to this.
You dick.
I said +9.
Yes, that's why I'm calling you a dick. It's a 16.
No, that's 10 + 9 is 19.
Yes, and I got a 16 as my
And
roll.
somebody rolled
Oh,
a 16.
yeah.
Yeah.
As you say that, you see the smile goes wide and the individual just slowly moves through the forest and walks directly up to you and puts its face right in front of yours, smiling.
It's in Viz, right?
Yeah.
Sandy,
It is
Something-
inches from your mouth right now, just smiling.
Sandy is going to mentally connect the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I will defuse this situation.
What situation?
He's in front of me.
Oh.
Hi, I say out loud.
You get a connection to your mind. Well, hello there. How are you?
Doing fine. I was just, it's always best to be safe when entering a new place.
Of course. It is always best. And it starts walking around your friend or allies, adventuring companions.
Hey, cat's a friend.
I
Yeah,
agree.
we'll distinguish that one.
I agree, Glenn. This is a interesting and nice bigger city. It's nice to be in a bigger city. It looks much better than desert ones or cold ones. I agree with you.
As
Nice
I'm just
climate here.
It is
constant.
nice to be in the forest again too. She's like trying to help keep everyone distracted.
I don't know he's there, so I'm just having a
Yeah,
conversation.
I don't know.
with
Yeah.
Glenn.
Well,
Yeah.
it's easy enough to follow Samdi's eyes as he's just like.
Mm-hmm.
As Sandy's just going to connect back to him. Yes. I'm assuming you're either another wanderer or you're working with the Spaldings.
He gives a very wide face smile that stretches even far for a
Oh
tiger's
god, fucking
maw
Cheshire.
as he's smiling at you. I own real estate here.
Ah, I'm dealing with a distinguished individual.
If you wish to speak to me honestly, Mohadi's palace in the Hook district.
Book District, Mahadi's Palace. I assume I am dealing with Muhadi.
Gives a gesturing bow. We may
Pleasure
speak
to-
there privately.
I will do that.
He'll
As I
extend his hand very awkwardly at you.
you just see Samdi reach for air. As he shakes it. Since it's its right hand,
Use your right hand.
yeah,
Or your left.
yeah. Okay, so I grab him with my fucked up scarred hand.
Yep. And then the individual takes a couple of steps away from you, looks up to the sky, and then there's a small line of smoke that appears that everybody can see as the individual disappears from sight. Even from you, Samdi.
Oh, look, Monkey, he has a cloud.
Who had a cloud?
He
You're
is the
right.
cloud.
Cloud, and I whistle. and
Roll
see
me a
if Cloud shows
D100.
up. Slash roll 100. It's a good idea. Maybe Cloud's been over here and couldn't hear me in the desert. Did that?
He rolled a
That-
D00. And
Oh,
you got 0.
My God.
Holy
was like-
shit!
I was like, what?
What
Okay,
the fuck?
1D 100. There we go.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Okay. I know, I did too. I was like, how do I get a 0? That's right.
That was so close to an auto success.
that was
3 off.
Yeah.
69 is an auto success.
and that would have been just epic to get your cloud on the
So, you end up not getting a response from Cloud or seeing it in sight. Around this time, the groveler that you all commissioned to escort you comes back over towards you and seems to have put on a nice-looking suit once upon a time ago that has not been well kept up or maintained whatsoever, has many different patches of various different fabrics to fix it up a little bit. His greasy, disheveled hair seems to be slicked backwards with water in it, and you can tell the suit is maybe 2 sizes too large for this individual as they come over. Oh, all right, I guess I'm ready to show you all around town.
Fantastic.
Looking spiffy, man.
Appreciate it. It was my dad's.
It's good.
Ah, that explains the size difference.
Yeah, he was a laborer, so.
Yes, yeah. Your is he good?
What, Pa?
Yes.
He's doing better than most of us. He's dead.
Psychic message to cat.
He gives a very depressed laugh and chuckle.
It just made me think of the meme of like, oh, it's so cute. Then it's like, oh, it's traumatized.
Yeah. This
Sir,
individual
you
is a
don't-
typical millennial.
Mhm.
Sir, don't just thank you for being our guide. It's much appreciated.
You're much welcome. So,
Psychic message to cat, sorry.
Mhm.
As I'm going to say, so the Rakshasha, a backwards-handed cat man, or tiger man in this case, has asked me to go to Mahadi's palace, his palace in the Hook district. I don't know.
Just you or all of us?
If he wants to speak to me privately. I want to keep this connection open. Please stay within 5 miles of that place. I know that isn't a lot to ask, but I could really use some backup if shit goes south.
Or I could stay. We could go to this palace and you could have a private conversation and us be in the palace.
That's kind of what I insinuated, but I was just like, if you don't want to be anywhere near here, stay at least 5 miles. Look, this is not a typical situation. I just did not want to go into this place without knowing if they were spying on people outside the walls.
Of course, it
You've
could have
seen their
been.
smiles. It's not natural.
I mean, of course, it's could be working for, working against the Spaldings. Could be crowd control. Could be. So at home, one of the things that Sergei had us my father do was institute secret police. This could be that.
Could be. I'm like 60% sure, 85 maybe, anywhere in between, that he might have been able to read my thoughts.
That is dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually the one doing it.
Police sounds terrifying.
A what?
Rakshasa secret police sounds like the worst thing ever. And it's exactly what I would expect from Joey, so now I'm scared. And my plan to have a workers' uprising is suddenly looking less likely. They are very efficiently oppressed.
Efficiently oppressed. That is.
It's
the
not only
statement.
secret police, it is invisible police.
That is
Fucking
immune to spells.
Not all spells, just the low level ones.
I don't have anything above 3rd level, Joey.
Hey. He might be
My
immune to
smites
spells.
too.
He's not immune to smiting.
That's fair. That's an ability, not a spell.
Exactly.
Yeah, and one last thing to say before we continue on. I say to Kat, growing up in Casino seems like less bad of a situation than this right now.
This is where Casino is headed.
This is where Casino was headed, let's be honest.
Was headed, yes.
Let's hope and I've already briefed Monkey on this. Should I brief Glenn on this? As to not think about anything seditious.
You could take seditious off for Glenn, and you would be all right.
Why do I feel
Don't think of anything.
Why do I feel there's such a strange tension in the air?
Yeah, I feel it too.
What we can do, Sandy, is find a place to get settled. I can cast the hut, and we can have a conversation inside. It is considered a different plane, so listening in is not as easy.
We'll need to find a crook that they're not actively watching. Maybe they have some weird fucking laws about casting spells in the city. Hell, maybe they can track spell casting in the city. I don't...
That would be terrifying.
It's something they would do.
If your Het Gestapo are immune to spells below a certain point, then making spells banned in city limits is almost pointless.
More oppression, never...
Go ahead,
Were you
finish
gonna
that
say-
sentence.
More oppression never hurt the ruling class.
That's better. That's better.
I am a walking example of how oppression hurt the ruling class.
Yes, but that was oppression without the removal of an uprising. It was... This is the kind of oppression that makes it so that nobody wants to rise up because they have stuff to it's hard to explain.
And that, Glenn, is just one story of my trusty cloud that I ride. And I got another one for you. This one might touch your heart a bit. It was kind of fun and interesting.
Speaking of clouds, let's make like one and leave.
Can't hope. Oh well, really hope to meet that cloud one day. Can't wait to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it'll be good. I think Cloud will really like you, and I think you'll like Cloud.
Did you name the cloud or?
He's Cloud.
I have a quick question, Joey. Did our guide tell us his name?
He did.
Okay, I must have been.
Sleep at the wheel?
Writing down other
Yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
Texting while driving.
All right, let's see. Did I post his name? I did not. What was it?
Isn't it commune?
Yeah, it's something like that.
That was it. It was like a weird
It was
Kamoon. Kamoon.
Oh,
Kamoon.
there you go.
Sorry.
Kamoon.
Kamoon or Hamoon?
Commune.
Ka, not a ha.
Like the workers' commune, but no E. Which
Also,
sounds like
these
a terrible workers' commune.
Can we talk about the fact that there's like every variety of fucking Groveler's district, and then there's the Burden district?
Yeah.
Instead of Groveler's district north.
Well, it would be kind of shocking if the Burden district was next to the Grovelers district south, not gonna lie.
What sort of joke is that I'm not getting?
So,
It's not a joke, it's just shit understanding of compasses.
so, as you all are walking, you venture through into this nice little entryway into the city. Though it is a massive gateway with a fence keeping everybody out, and then massive walls keeping everyone even further away from the location. You get the sense that this is more for show for people who belong here and as a deterrent from people who clearly do not. Looking at this, you wander up the road, and one of the guards of Spalding approaches over to Kamoon. And we're so very sorry. This is not a official guide for anybody in our city. We'll be taking him back over to the district.
He is one that we have chosen. And Kat kind of shows off the signet ring, just very like, not super flashy, but enough to where she knows they saw it.
Very well, ma'am. Whatever it is that you desire. Do you have an invitation to Spalding?
We do not, but we wish to go to the Church of Asmodeus. We have reason to speak with the priest there.
Do you need a day pass, a month pass, a week pass?
To be in the city?
Yes. Without an invitation to Spalding, we charge people for the visit to pass through the gates.
Oh, let me also say that we were the ones who were hired to escort. Oh God, what was his first name?
Just Dick Spalding.
Can we just roll with that?
Sure, Dick Spalding. Yeah.
Dick Spalding to the city. We have him.
Dick Spalding.
All right, do we have an actual name for him?
Dick, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
Richard,
Dick.
but yeah.
Mhm.
Ah, yes, Short Dick.
Oh, that shouldn't be as fine. Anyway.
We were attacked on the way, so we do have him in a.
Secure location.
Yes.
Well, without his presentation, you would have to pay for the day pass, ma'am.
I pull out my necklace. And I let him out.
Oh,
How dare you?
Do what?
I was in there for forever.
It was for your safety, sir.
I haven't eaten in decades.
Time did not pass in there. But we are happy to say that you are now in Spalding and may have your fill.
God, I want these people arrested immediately. He looks at you, looks at Dick. I feel like I must address this with some of the higher-ups within our ranks. We've never been presented. Did you hire them as your protectors? Yes, of course. And they protected you. They put me in a stupid necklace like I was
Which
some type of
you
pocket
agreed
monster.
to.
Not
sir.
forever. You left me in there a decade.
We left you in there for a month,
It
which
felt like
was
a
a little
decade.
extra travel time,
Was it
but
a
it was
full
to
month?
ensure
Yeah, it's
the
been a month.
safety.
Oh god.
Do you have
Yeah.
any idea how ravenous I am?
Well,
As
we
much
do
as you
know,
were when we put you in.
we do know
Yes.
how dangerous it was, and you could have been killed. Luckily, you're alive.
Gods, arrest them. I feel like they did the job. I'm gonna have to report to my higher-ups for this. Apologize, Dick. Well,
And there's a
Phooey,
there's a
I
Mitchell
do not
connection.
permit any of
to-
you in.
There's a connection to Dick. I could put you back in.
Intimidation.
Do you remember our agreement?
Intimidation.
I'm going to use one of my advantages.
I will fucking kill you.
Do you understand?
I have nothing better to do with this necklace.
17?
He gulps. I apologize, in his mind. But we need to feed me immediately. I'm
Oof.
very hungry. I haven't eaten in so long. And you know he
If-
doesn't need food while in there, but clearly he wants it.
I
You
mean,
are free
it
to
would have been
go.
would have been something to pass the time.
You are free, but if you would not mind, sir, since we did agree that part of our compensation was introduction into the city.
Fine. God, they are my guest for the next week. Very well. Everyone, present your wrists, please.
Fine.
And they get these nice leather bands, wrap them around, and tie them with a knot across each of your wrists. And then take their finger, pull out this little tiny glob of clear liquid from a vial, and placing it onto each of the ties of the bracelets. There. You're all allowed to be here for a week. I'm going home to eat, finally. Oh, my servants have to be so worried about me.
Maybe we can grab a bite to eat on the way.
What? And eat street food? Oh, that's horrible.
I'm sure you have a favorite. You don't?
I do not eat street food.
Well, then I guess to your place we go to eat.
Wait, all of you are coming with me to my place?
Yes, of course. You
Your
don't wanna
guide
eat-
looks very, freaked out right now. What are you doing with one of the riffraff?
He is our guide.
What? No, that is preposterous.
He's the one that we chose.
Why would you choose him? He has no idea the inner workings of our city. Graveler, have you ever even been past any of our gates? No, sir. Exactly.
Well, for everything else, we have you.
You all are making a mockery of my family and of my city.
Ah, you caught on.
I am looking forward to this meal that you're talking. Would you rather us come back for dinner, or should we just go eat now? I'm a little famished myself.
You all can do whatever it is you wish. Just don't bother me until I've had my brunch and lunch and breakfast.
And dinner.
Fantastic. We'll meet you at dinner. Guard, we'll come back to you on exact directions on how to get to where to be, because he just invited us to dinner. So
Shall we just meet up with you at the castle then, Dick?
What? I don't live in the castle.
Oh god, you're not even that important. Where should we meet you?
I am pivotal to the growth and future of the Spalding City. I live in the Promised Edge.
Is it outward growth?
What?
go to. I'm speaking as player now. Castle's in the middle. East of that is Promised Edge.
Yeah, southeast.
Big house on the hill.
Well, I mean, No.
For God's sake, Dick.
I maintain the front-facing garden.
Hang on. You are a member of the Spalding family, great ruling class of Spalding City, and you're a gardener?
No, I said I maintain it. I don't ever do it myself.
But you just oversee a garden.
A manager's role is incredibly important and pivotal for any progress of any company or endeavor.
I'm just going to send the Spalding a psychic message.
Yes.
I hate you and everything you stand for. There is not a single force on this planet that could stop me from strangling the life out of you. Right
Who's
fucking
saying
now.
that? Oh no,
Leave
the
now.
voices are back! And he just starts running.
We're so abusive to this man. He fully
He deserves
deserves
every
He
bit of it.
deserves
Mhm.
Yeah.
Although, as a player note, I get those same mental messages from the player Somdi.
Somebody
often.
just every once in a while just
Also, that music is now firmly blaring in the back of Bart's mind. Just it's the means of production.
Yeah.
Overthrow the proletariat. It's happening again.
No!
Somebody is going to look at the guardsman.
Yes,
Well-
all of you are allowed in.
Thank you for your time. Let's hope that this is the least interesting thing that happens in our stay.
He smiles. So, you all wander past the gates and begin entering into this beautiful, beautiful city in front of you. And before I give you all... Oh, no. That would be a little too early. Okay, we got this.
Yes, licking him would be a little too early.
Before I give you all a level for delivering Mr. Spalding to the city.
Please, if anything, you'd get a level for not killing him along the way.
that's
That
what
showed a lot of restraint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's character growth right there.
All right, so we're in agreement. Had a
I
little.
was this
Perfect.
close.
Can we talk about like something? This is literally the first time Samdi sees this guy. And the first
That's
thing
true.
he actually says to him, even psychically, is there his intent
Is-
to murder him.
yeah, that's okay. But also I just had a thought. We could use like, hey, we're the ones who delivered him safely, but we also kept him away for an extra month to like everyone else in his family.
Yeah, I get the feeling this guy is not even remotely important.
No.
I mean, he's
I
a
maintain
Spalding,
a garden.
but I have a well.
He will have pride of place in the rows of hanging, flayed corpses of his family members in the town square.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
So yeah, are we all in agreement to start the Russian Revolution here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey, this is where we're going.
Sideline all your plot hooks, Joey. We're doing an uprising and it's gonna get evil. But evil for good.
Evil for good.
We're
Joe,
gonna
I'm
do
pretty
evil
sure you
things
expected
for
this.
the power of the people.
I did. But anyways,
I have 3 pages of notes for just this eventuality.
as you all walk past the gates, you see the massive outer perimeter wall that is currently being manned and patrolled by many different, very lavishly armored and well-armored guards all the way across it. As you get past, you look around directly before you, and there's immediately this standing little sign that has different arrows pointing to different directions, describing different places within the city. As you approach over towards it, you see that apparently to your left is the Edinal Park, a wondrous new up-and-coming neighborhood for anybody who's aspiring to make their way and make their living inside of the great city of Spalding. It is peaceful and tranquil and sponsors some of the most lavish and lovely trees and nice little creeks and tiny little ponds to eat your lunches at and enjoy your times in. You look over there and there are people that are, by your description, very nicely dressed and well-maintained over in that area. Then you see over to the east that the Expanse Estate, one that is meant for people who are moving here in order to begin capitalizing on businesses, as well as individuals who come here in order to start creating their own businesses here or creating any unions between other cities and this location. Apparently, there's a lot of open houses within the Expanse Estates. You look at the sign for a little bit, and it starts outlining all the many different areas and neighborhoods, the different levels of clearance that you need based on your bracelet in order to get into different districts around here. Looking at your bracelets, you all have access to the Inner Rim, as it is referred to, which is the Colossal Arena of Tribulation, the Calm Cedar Woods, and the Promised Edge. You can go
I did
anywhere
not
within
hear
them.
Calm Cedar.
Calm Cedar Woods?
Oh, Cedar Woods.
Shut the fuck up, Jess.
God damn
I'm
it, Jess.
sorry, I wasn't
You
looking
too,
at
Glenn.
the map.
She heard rim and it just all went downhill.
Yeah, I was still stuck on the inner rim. Yeah.
Can we not? We have a job to do.
We have a city to uprise.
So yeah, we have access to everything that is in Spalding Castle and Spalding Docks.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, as you're looking at that, you see the Hook District, which is labeled as an entertainment ward. Samdi.
The brothel's there, isn't it?
Says entertainment.
Definitely a brothel there.
So,
Yeah, that's the only one I couldn't really get a good idea of what it might be, is the Hook District. But
I thought it was
Just
the
add
Fisherman
ER,
District, but
and you're
that's in the
probably
labor.
there.
So, as you all are reading the signs, you look over at the edge where you see that a man comes walking over carrying a cart behind him with his two hands that is balanced on two wheels that Spalding is sitting in the back of and looks over at all of you. I'm going to my estate. Take your time doing whatever it is you people do in cities like this. Then the man starts taking off, running through the city street with him.
I'd mess with the cart, but I know he'll make the worker do it.
And he's already trying to lift and run. And it's... Luckily, it's a counterbalance of fulcrum, so it's not horrible.
So, you all look at the city. Look at that. Huh. What would you like to do?
I'm going to look at Commune.
Amun? He's looking around at the sign carefully, reading it, or sounding out every single word as he does.
Oh, you're literate.
Yes, sir. My father taught me.
Yes, your father was a laborer in the laborers district.
Correct, and he learned at the docks thanks to my mother. She died, though, giving birth to me.
You are just one sad story after another.
Right? I was this close to becoming a thief.
What if he'll say like offhandedly, would have had a better life, probably.
Nah,
Well,
adventurers
would-
always die tragic lives.
Fair. Well, if there's one kernel of happiness to be found in this city, you found your wife, was it?
Oh, sure, yeah, I got myself a... Well, actually, that's kind of a wife by circumstance. See, we were having a fun time in the woods, and 9 months later... So then I had to marry her. It's Spalding law.
Well, they have one positive law, I guess. Do you need anything from like one of the shops here? Something that could help your life here? Outside, I mean.
Oh, I mean, you already gave me so much money. I mean, that's going to feed my family for 3 days at least. But I mean, if you're offering, we could definitely go with a new cooking set. We're kind of the old one we have it's starting to get some holes in it, and I don't know if you've ever tried to make a stew with a hole in the pot.
Your life's a tragedy.
Oh, we make the best of it.
We certainly can do that. And
Just look at her. She's rich.
but I'm not the Spalding. And she'll connect with his mind. There is
He starts screaming in the middle of the
Stop, stop,
seats,
stop, stop,
freaking
stop.
out.
Stop, please.
Guys, I think there's a demon nearby speaking to my head.
It's me. She
Santi
says out
laughs so
loud.
hard.
It's me. I'm trying to be discreet.
Wait, what? You're a demon?
No, she's not actually.
I'm a wizard.
He's an
Daddy
angel.
always warned me about making a deal with the devil. I can't do that, ma'am. I'm so sorry.
I'm a wizard.
A whiz? What?
I'm a magic wizard.
person.
You're educated.
Yes.
Oh.
And it is a skill that you can learn when you are. I'm trying to be discreet.
All right.
She did have a pretty good education.
Next time, touch me on the shoulder first, please, or just give. You know, my head's supposed to be my safe space. You know.
Of course. And
You didn't hear what I was thinking, right?
I did.
No.
His eyes go wide when you say that, Somty.
I listen to everyone's thoughts.
All right.
And she'll kind of look at him and she'll make like a hand gesture and connect with him. There is a reason why we took you over an official guide. That
Alright.
both we wanted to be able to help you and also official guides only follow the official line. And we want to understand the city better than that.
Oh, well, based off what your friend looks over at Bart said, and then continues, said, I assume you don't much have a high opinion of Spalding, huh?
Not in the least.
Right. Well, they're shitty people, to be sure, but I mean, what you gonna do? They rule it.
And she just kind of like smiles and blinks at him.
Whispering in his ear, seize the means.
He's the means of production. There are things that we can do and have done.
All right.
But for now, we want to understand the way that the city works.
Okay.
So I think it would be a good idea for us to find lodging. I do not know if any of us could stand being in Dick Spalding's estate for any longer than a few moments.
Well, given the fact that I saw you flash that ring you got, you should be able to get yourself one of the estates in the Expanse, unless you plan on paying per night that you stay in one of the inns. But everything inside the city walls is it's expensive. That's at least what my daddy says. My dad one time paid for me and my wife to have a night at one of the inns inside the city walls. It cost him a total of 20 gold to get us in here for the evening, and then the inn, and it was beautiful, unlike anything I've ever experienced. But that's pretty expensive.
Right, and per night that could cost quite a bit.
Right, but if you got a ring like that, you're within the rights of Spalding to own real estate in the city. So you should be able to procure something in the Expanse. Now, usually that's a bit more expensive, but it'd be cheaper than, 5 of y'all renting every night. That was one room, Adds
Right,
up fast.
what would an estate cost?
I don't have the foggiest. I never even. It's not worth fantasizing about something you ain't never gonna have.
Then do you know who to ask?
He said when he used to own an estate, he lived in the Gospels Pass, which is a lot cheaper, but you got to be a religious individual to be able to be over there. He said he spoke to Ernest, the Spalding, Ernest, handles all the real estate.
Is that is the Gospel Pass where the Church of Asmodeus would be too?
More than likely, yeah. We're only allowed into this district if it's the Gospel Pass, if there's like a passing in the family, or if there's a birth and your religion says you have to, be there for any type of rituals or something like that. So I wasn't raised particularly religious by my mother's request.
They keep religion from you?
Well, my mother kept religion from me. She says it's just too expensive.
Or do you have to pay to pray?
Oh, yeah, of course. How else are the gods going to give you what you need?
They do.
Oh god, it's a pay-to-pray system.
Would you like to see the Church of Imperial?
I swear to God.
I mean, that is the Church of Imperial.
That is the one. That is the one god I'd expect a pay-to-pray system.
Yep.
What's with all those loot boxes?
Extra loot drop.
Oh god, yeah, you go.
It contains like a half,
free
like
loot box with your purchase of a baptism.
you open it up, it's like a half.
A signed holy symbol.
Yeah, you open it up, it's like a half. It's like a half-eaten wafer.
No,
Ah,
bad
yes.
Yeah, well, I think it might be a good idea to talk to these business people about real estate and the expanse and maybe Gospel Pass. And, I don't know if we could.
Spalding, you said.
Ernest, yeah.
All right.
Also, I do have a question,
Yeah.
Joey, out of character.
Okay.
The Spalding that we met in Casino, the one who gave Katarine the hand to gamble.
Oh, that was ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Lorekeeper. My mind is a steel trap.
Mine's just a trap.
Because it's now empty of everything else.
All right, y'all can handle the lore this week.
It serves a purpose.
Did we ever catch his name?
Yes, Joey. Flick through your notes from a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I thought we abandoned the desert.
Gance, DM monkey.
Yes.
Okay.
Sponsor 2 hands from you allowed you to keep all of your winnings and was aloof
Yes.
about anything he would potentially lose. Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Yep. And he was the second most attractive Spalding that you've ever seen. Patsy wins.
Patsy. It's the hair.
Yeah. It's more beautiful than anybody's hair you've ever seen.
Dimitri Spalding gets a message from Katarine.
Okay. Sending to Dimitri.
This is Katarine. We met back in Casino. I don't know if you remember. But I'm in Spalding and wanted to catch up. Let me know if you're available.
Okay. You get an immediate reply back to you.
Immediate.
Of course I remember who you are. That was a wonderful hand that we played. You may find me in the Hook District, by the South Dock, over the river. I'm fishing.
Another message? That sounds wonderful. We should be there this afternoon.
I'm looking forward to it.
And Katarine turns to everyone else. I got us a more powerful Spalding.
Yeah.
And one that actually likes us to be seen. Or it likes you.
Listen,
Is this one a dick like Richard?
No
Not
one's a dick like
any,
Richard.
not any more so than your average rich person.
All right, so we got to make a plan here. Our day's getting kind of compact and full.
Like Richard.
Yep. So we need to. I guess we could check out the real estate mañana. We don't necessarily have to do it today. We do have to go to that promised edging area, and we have to for dinner, of course, and we have to meet this gentleman. I was fine until I looked at Kat. We have to meet this gentleman.
That usually ruins it, yeah. That's...
And we have to meet
anyone-
this. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if anyone makes a joke that looking at me ruins everything, I'm gonna.
No,
waiting
it was
for
good.
that.
I was able to keep moving forward, and then I glanced over and say, and then we gotta meet your gentleman this afternoon. Let me gander at the sun here. It looks to be about what time of day is it, Joey?
As you look up at the sun, there's this weird tower thing over roughly in that direction that has moving hands across it. That monkey, do you know how to read time?
Yeah, Monkey would know about clocks.
Okay. That wasn't sarcasm because that's a fairly new progressive thing.
Yeah.
Okay. When you look at it, it looks to be roughly about 2 in the afternoon. 2:13 to be precise.
So it's about the hour of 2 p.m. and about maybe 13 minutes after that. So if we're gonna meet your gentleman friend that you had the hand thing with, we should probably head over there now.
I had this weird mental image of a pair of clock hands floating perpendicular with the sun.
That would be pretty badass, actually.
I was just like, oh, well, that's fucking magical. But no,
Why would
he
you
just
do
saw,
that? Because fuck you, that's why.
like, I don't know, maybe I wanted people to stare at the sun more. Wait, anyway, okay,
So,
let's go.
So he's in the Hook District. We need to go to the Hook District anyway. So where are we currently?
you all
Bye.
are right here.
Oh, fun. So we could swing through to the Church of Asmodeus.
That is in the exact opposite direction of the
Yeah.
hook.
But
Yeah.
it's closer to us in here than it would be if we were there.
So
Or
I'm as
we
a
could
play.
look
Well,
through the
I don't know
fancy
this.
states and scope out the house we're going to buy. You know,
There's so many
Or-
things.
I could perhaps get us residence with a Spalding, where we have more power of influence.
We should probably.
I feel
It
like
seems to be
actually owning property might be a good idea here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty stacked with cash between us. We're probably going to be spending a good amount of time here. It'll mean we don't have to pay entry into the city every time we want to pass through. And if we
Yep.
end up leaving, we can just either sell it or rent it and become slum landlords.
Can we
Well,
also
let
talk
us-
about?
We can split it into like a 8-person shared dwelling, rent each room out for like 60% of the cost of renting the whole building, and rent it to students. It'd be great.
Bad Chris, no, stop.
It
Anyway,
kind of
yes.
undermines
That's the
our
British person.
whole, for the working class.
Well,
Yeah.
this seems like and I do agree with you. We should probably get some places here, but I forgot his name. How to say his name? Common.
Kamun.
Hey, Common. This seems to be a pretty big city. How long do you figure it'd take us to get on skedaddle over to the Hook District?
Well,
As a player, I'm guessing it's a long walk based on the city.
honestly, the Hook District is all the way over there. And if we were walking around the outside, which I think is actually like a little bit slower, probably just under a couple of hours to get there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And as you're all sitting there, you see a street vendor pushing a cart through. Authentic Abakwin shawarma. Authentic Abakwin shawarma.
Is it?
You go over to it. That shit does not look authentic.
I'll try some.
Good enough.
Okay, so what I was trying to say earlier, there's also the other fact that, like, we can get an estate in the Expanse Estates, or we could get someplace in Gospel Pass because we have a very religious person here.
I'm not gratifying him with legitimacy.
I was referring to Cat.
Yeah,
Or-
and Monkey's interested in. So,
Oh, fair point.
what I think, what we should do here is, we can discuss this while we head over to the Hook District. It's about 2:15 now in the afternoon, and if it takes 2-3 hours to get over there, we're hitting late afternoon. And you said your friend we were going to meet him this afternoon, so we should probably head there first. We can discuss our plans. We don't need to go look at I don't know if you've ever looked at things, but it's not a quick deal to try to find. So
Of course
Pretty
I
sure.
have.
we can discuss this on our way to getting Hook.
Can we talk about the fact that the so-called god has looked at real estate before?
Of course I have. I've got a church.
Yeah, he's got to establish his place of
He
worship
does. He has
somewhere.
the church and casino. So
Oh god, why did you give him that?
we didn't give him that. He built it himself
Why did you allow him?
because I was busy doing other things. I can't watch him 24/7. What is he? My responsibility?
I didn't realize that you enjoyed limiting people's freedoms there, Somdi.
Have you interacted with me recently?
I think so.
Well, not closely enough then.
So,
Anyway,
as you're all mapping out and thinking about where it is you're going to be fucking going, I think now we can go ahead and go on break.
Mm-hmm.
And you can
Yep.
discuss it, and then we'll be right back.
Cool.
All right. Hello and welcome back, everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump back to the action, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. All those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in joining our community, we do have open slots available inside of this game and our Friday early game. If you're interested in any of those, be sure to just reach out to me and let me know. So, while on break, you all decided that you are going to be moving. Heading out over towards... I'm sorry, you guys said Hook, right? The Hook
Yes.
District. Moving through the Expanse Estate. Or the Expanse Estates. You see all of the roads are patrolled very regularly by guards. On horseback, watching. Careful. You see all of the numerous different homes and estates out here are being maintained, and even if nobody seems to be living in them. In fact, some of them even have signs for sale, for rent, so on and so forth across them. There seems to be maybe about 20% of them in total that are purchased currently, and the rest are completely up in the air for anybody. You also take note of the modern design for each of them. Stone and woodwork complementing one another very well. Fresh paintings on the outside in order to make it look more accented. Custom trellises crafted and maintained by gardeners for these estates as well, each one looking distinctly separate from one another. But with a cursory glance, they all look exactly the fucking same.
It's the suburbs.
Yes, it is. Wandering through that, you make your way over towards a bridge that breaks off from this district into the Hook. You see the bridge separates everything by about 40 feet or so in order to make it so the noise that occurs over here doesn't encapsulate this area that all of you are finding yourselves in, so that people can have their peace and quiet inside of this city. So, you cross over the bridge. Take note of a couple of guards that are moving across. They tip their hats at all of you as you pass by. And then, once you get to the other side, you all see a fairly large man, nowhere near as disgusting and grotesque as the other Spauldings you've interacted with thus far, but still thick would be a good description for him, as he stands there smiling. Barely a little bit of a recession on his hairline and a goatee chin-strapped beard going all the way across. Smiles as you are all coming. You see that there is a man standing behind him wearing a breastplate armor and holding fishing tackle as well as a fishing rod. As you are wandering across, he goes over to you, Katarine, and offers to take your hand. It has been too long.
It certainly has been. It's good to see you, my friend.
Great to see you, and you're here with your friends. That was unexpected.
Attaché.
Well, pleasure to make all of your acquaintances. I believe I've met you, points at Bart, you, points at Samdi. Not the other three.
They are new additions. This is Monkey. This is Glenn. And this is Gabriel.
We'll take your hand,
Pleasure.
Monkey, and kiss the back of it. Pleasure. Does the same thing to Glenn. Pleasure. And then we'll just gesture at Gabriel. Who looks like a servant.
He is.
A bodyguard.
Knows-
Yeah. What'd you say, Bart?
Finally, someone that knows Gavril's place.
So, what brings you to Spaulding?
Well, we were the ones who accompanied Dick back to the city.
You mean Richard?
No, she meant what she said.
Thank you, Glenn. And we have a little bit of business at the Church of Asmodeus as well, but we wanted to see what the city itself was about.
Well,
And I myself have taken an interest in checking out some properties in the Gospel Pass area.
well, unfortunately, I'm not well acquainted with Ernest, so I can't really get you in his good graces, but I could definitely point you in the proper direction to get to him. Welcome to our city, of course. And, well, anything I can do to assist you all while you are here, be sure to just ask.
Absolutely. It is it's a lovely city. It's good to be in a climate that has such a dense forest as well. I missed that in Casino.
Yes, the green trees make it so nice to be here. So refreshing, clean air.
Mm-hmm. And a relief from the heat.
Yes, though I will say I miss being able to wear less in public. Now out here it gets a little too, let's call it nippy.
I understand. Does it truly get that cold here?
Oh, it's very chilly. We're right next to mountains, of course. Be sure
Of
not to gaze
course.
upon them, or the other Spauldings might, castrate you.
I have no concern of that, but I appreciate the warning.
That is a good warning, and since we are new to your elegant city here, any places you recommend that we check out, or maybe areas we should stay away from?
Well, by the sounds of it, you're here for pleasure more so than business, correct?
That would be a fair assessment.
Well, if that's the case, then the Hook District is going to be a marvelous place for you to enjoy. There's all manners of different entertainments, not unsimilar to Casino, with, the amount of gambling and the amount of different shops and shows that happen. Hourly performances happen by a cast of actors that are hired to be performers at all times. We even have a few of the more renowned stories being held here in this location. And of course, if you have something more unorthodox that you find entertaining, just ask, and I may be able to point you in the proper direction as well.
We heard some whispers about a Mahadi's palace.
Oh, so you're just jumping right in there. All right. Yes, of course. You
No.
may.
To clarify, we simply heard the name and it sounded exotic.
Okay. How do I put this?
You familiar with the term leather daddy?
That is a location where people who have not shameful, but not popular fantasies come to life for them.
Interesting. So it is exotic.
That is one way of putting it.
That is intriguing.
There's a psychic message to Katarine. Oh, for the love of God, I'm going to a gimp bar.
There's a message back. I do have some leather straps you could wear if you needed.
Shut the fuck up.
Would somebody need a codpiece, given that he most definitely has a cloaca?
Can we not talk about Sandy's reproductive parts?
So, Well, if you are interested in going to an establishment like that while you were in town, I am not going to stop you, and I can definitely point you in the proper direction.
I believe that Samdi was the one most interested.
Really?
Don't put words in my mouth.
He'll tilt his head at you, Samdi.
Not the only thing that's going to get put in your mouth, apparently.
I don't like it.
Somebody is just going to like walk past everyone, look at the guard that has been made to fish for him.
Well, he's not fishing, he's just holding his equipment for him.
Oh, so he's actually fishing.
Yeah.
I thought he was pulling a dick and saying, "Oh, I oversee the fishing."
No. You see that Dimitri is wearing large leather boots that go high above his knees. Like he's fishing.
Well, it's going to be a shame when he gets caught in the crossfire of the uprising.
He's just gonna look at everyone. I have business to attend to.
So,
Well,
Shut the fuck up, Bart.
you have fun there.
Yeah.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
And there's a mental connection to Samdi. Stay in touch.
If you see a crocodile being skinned in the Beggar's District, you know what happened.
Good to know.
Grovelers district, but yes.
As a player,
I'm
slight
calling
question,
it what it is.
because I forget. Samdi, do you have razor length forearms, or are they like?
Oh, do I have proportional crocodile arms?
Yeah, I just don't remember.
I have actual arms.
I was just not going to tell you why I was wondering, but based on
Oh.
conversations you guys have been having, I was
So-
just curious.
Crocodile legs is the reason why you waddle everywhere. That makes sense.
God. Dimitri,
Yes.
we were wondering if you could point us in the direction of where we might be able to acquire some housing. We have a feeling that we're going to be in town for a while, and it seems prudent that being property owners in the city would be the most efficient way of doing that.
Well, first off, if I may ask, out here it is no issue at all. But if we get closer to populations that you all call me Tree, it's what my friends in town call me.
Of
No problem
course.
at all.
Thank you. And if you're looking at acquiring real estate, I can, like I said, I can get you in the proper direction to go speak with Ernest. I just don't have any working relationship with him.
Understood. That would be great. And we were. How about for? Oh, it's not the promised edging. It's the expanse estates. Do you have any connections for properties there?
More than likely, there's many of them. I don't live there, though. I have a home in the, Calm Cedar Woods. Calm Cedar.
Good place. Well, right. Well, if you happen to hear of anyone we should talk to look at real estate in Expanse, I think you'd all be interested in that as well.
It sounds like Ernest is the one to speak to there.
Well, Ernest handles all of those matters.
Oh, he does. I thought he might just do like
No,
have a
Ernest
specialty in gospel area.
No. Ernest handles all of the real estate that is purchasable by individuals for the Spaldings.
Perfect.
It is
An
his
important Spalding.
sole responsibility. I mean, aren't we all?
Well, apart from Richard.
Richard's gotten his nickname for a reason. But you didn't hear that from me. He looks back at his guard, who, like, chuckles a little bit.
It is very nice to be in the company of a Spalding who is a pleasure to be around.
That actually reminds me of a question that I had. And I could tell you said it with all seriousness earlier, so I made sure not to look. But you said something about looking in the direction of mountains and not to do it, or
Do not gaze upon the mountains that Spalding owns.
Gotcha.
Well, it would be
You
like
should mention those.
would it be like hard to get like permission to like go over there? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, they would never let you.
Is that the Nesfarsit Mountains? Or is this a separate mountain?
No, this is the Netted Formation.
See, that is a different mountain altogether.
Yes.
We have some interests in the Nesfarsit Mountains.
Ah. And what would
And-
these interests be?
The way here, a city was burnt by a member of a cult, and we have reason to believe that they are in the mountains themselves. And we have decided to pursue that matter ourselves. It's also part of the reason why we would need to go to the church, you see.
Well, unfortunately, cultist activity probably would not spark the interest of many of the Spaldings that I'm aware of.
It
That's
would not
interesting.
be.
What kind of thing would they be concerned about then?
Money.
Hmm.
They care about their money, their prospects.
So,
A
like making money
better-
or losing money, or go ahead.
A better thing to say is that there was a group of individuals looking for platinum for their rituals, and that they were. You think they have plans to break into their formation in the mountains to steal their platinum. That would get the attention of many other Spaldings.
That might be the. That might be a good way to look at it. You know, of course, because not just for their rituals, but if they had platinum and could make their own coins, that could undermine an entire economy.
By the way, who's that man standing behind all of you, just staring at me?
He's our god. He's trustworthy and trustful.
What?
Your name, please. I'm Kamoon. Kamoon.
Yeah.
I am Dimitri Spalding. Sir?
He's someone we picked up along the way into the city to help guide us around.
Ah, wonderful. Well, I'm going to go prepare my home so that all of you can come by tonight, feast, and see if I can't get a couple of contacts in order for all of you. I'm sure your guide has many places to take you and show around the city.
Can I do an insight check,
Sure.
please?
On who for what?
On Spalding, just to make sure that there's no what's the word I'm looking for?
Ill intent.
Yeah, funny business. Like there's
He's
another
gonna
word.
murder our guy because he's a dirty little boar.
To see if he's being kind, because he actually is kind, or if he's got an ulterior motive. Right, and I do have advantage.
Okay. Nice. 14.
14.
This individual is a little difficult to read. Very well put together, well formatting for everything that they say and how they hold themselves.
Yeah, we appreciate your offer, and it's mighty kind of you.
No issue at all. I'm hoping you make your stay as entertaining here as you made it back in Casino, Katarine.
Of course. And if there is anywhere that you wish to go, maybe play a few hands, I would be in.
I don't like to gamble in this city. That's why I go to yours. But anyways,
Of course.
I bid you all adieu. Farewell.
Take care.
Until
And-
later.
He'll bow his head towards all of you and then leave. After he and his guard leaves, Commune takes a breath for the first time in a while. So, y'all are friends with, him, huh?
Made friends in casino.
Why? What have you heard about him?
We have many friends in many places.
That man, I've never heard anything about him. But that's not Dimitri.
Interesting.
Not.
No, I've never seen. Dimitri is he's one of the collectors for the taxation, and once a year he has to come through and he does this thing where he doesn't take all of the taxes you're owing him for a month, right around when election for the representative in all of Bolera for the Spalding position is around in order to try to get his seat going. And he was elected about a year ago, which means he has one more year serving. And, well, he's in the capital city. That ain't Dimitri.
Wait. Totalitarian Spalding has elections.
Oh, not for Spalding, for Alona in Bolera.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I, for one, I did not think that this place would have elections, and if it did, I certainly did not think it would let the commoners vote.
Alona policy, in order to belong to the Bolera Union, they gotta let all the civilians vote, and I'm not sure how he did it this time. We typically don't. He looks around. Don't.
Noted.
But yeah, that ain't Dimitri.
Well, he was throwing around Spalding money in casinos, so that's interesting.
It's not difficult to have Spalding money in casino.
That's fair.
Well,
He also did. Now, this is the first time I met him, so I don't know, but he did also ask us to call him by a different name when others were around.
Important point, monkey.
So the thickening plots.
you say as the man waddles away.
And I'll take a, 5 silver out of my pouch and hand it to Commune. It's like, for valuable information.
Shoot, it's easy to make money with y'all. Okay.
Absolutely.
And
There's-
hey, if we end up purchasing property in the city, we may need house staff.
That's what I was thinking.
Yourself and your family could find themselves with a room or two.
You see a tear welling up in his eye.
Oh,
Please don't say stuff like that, and just
We
y'all
mean
being
it.
kind enough. Thank you.
We mean it.
Come on. It
Oh, now
depends
you're
on-
locked in.
It depends on the size of the,
Now you have to buy a house, bastard.
it depends on the size of the property, but if we have need of it, then you will be the first person we ask.
Thank you, sir.
And I will crush it.
You gave a beggar hope.
Listen,
Don't you know that's illegal
we're-
in Spalding?
we are the high risk, high reward party, okay?
Yeah.
Like he's risking a lot.
There is
But-
not an in between.
Jess, do you remember the name of we won't metagame, but I'm just curious. Jess, do you remember the name of the Spalding that I just forgot our names when we were going through with
The one I murdered?
Flea and
Oh, that's Patsy.
Patsy
no,
was
but I
the
mean no, the
player
bad, but there was a bad guy. There was the bad guy,
on the boat.
the boat, and then we went to his
The
estate.
one
then
that
Flea ran around his estate and found.
is that a Spalding?
Yeah,
No, that was not a Spalding.
that wasn't
No,
a Spalding.
I didn't think
No.
so. The one Spalding that we
That
really
was a
interacted
halfling.
with. Yeah, that was.
Oh, okay.
The one that
I'm thinking of the one that he was always greasy and eating. This all
So-
Spaldings, but
yeah, that was. I think that was Dick, wasn't it?
No,
I
not
think
for
it was
the
a
other
different
party.
one.
The one that you guys met was in Alona,
Mhm.
as you like bumped into him and insulted him and all of that fun
And,
shit.
and Flea made him like choke on a chicken wing.
That was the elected official before Dimitri.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's where. Okay,
Yeah.
and then also just for the party, the reason why I brought up the mountains again is so that you were aware not to
Yeah,
look at the mountains.
the netted formation, it's to the west of the city. It's so totally owned by the Spaldings that to even look upon it is illegal. So just and didn't we like swim in the pool in the other party? Like we just straight up were like,
Yeah, you went around the backside and you said, "Fuck y'all, we're climbing," and just
yeah, we did. All right, so back in character. So we have two potential traps. We have Mahadi's palace, where poor Sandy is probably already scarred for life, and we have this Dimitri imposter.
And we need to find tomorrow. We should go find Ernst. Ernst. And
Right.
But the fake Dimitri could point us in that direction.
I think so.
yeah, that'll be interesting to find out if it's
Fake
the real.
Dimitri introduces us
Ernst.
to. Oh, sorry.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Somebody he could be introducing us to a fake one. Oh, so just
That was. I'm not here, so that was actually me joking.
oh yeah, you're off finding the leather daddy. So
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I think the first thing we do is we rescue Zombie from a lifetime of trauma, and and then
I
we
don't want
spring.
to go.
That's too late.
There's a reason I didn't follow him.
yeah, I would hate to see him turn into a leather suit. So we should go.
I think he would make an excellent pair of boots, but
Preferably
Well,
after he
Now we know
died
how
of
to remember him when he dies.
exactly of natural causes.
In Cat's brain, I can still hear your surface thoughts.
I know. I'm trying to make this trip more enjoyable for you.
So, you all continue your travel. Let's jump over to you, Samdi. As you've walked through this district, you notice the population increases by a large amount. More and more and more people seem to be hanging out in the Hook district than you were originally anticipating. You notice people from all walks of life, from everywhere around this area, seems to be moving through the territory. As you take note of all of them, you begin to see a couple of Abakwans walking through the streets as well.
As I'm walking past, what sort of what's the proper terminology? Subspecies?
Typical Abakwan.
Tribe.
Elven.
And because there's like the sun above and then a moon above.
They're not wearing any iconography towards anything. They're just Abaquin individuals. You can tell by their complexion, their thicker clothing, their elven.
I think what he means, are they dark elves or are they more like high elves?
Oh, they're Abaquin elves, so closer to wood elves.
Yeah, just because like, what's his name again? Jizzy?
Jezimi?
No, Sinari.
No,
Yeah,
Shinari.
Shinari. Shinari had different skin because he was from a certain tribe, but that's neither here nor there. As I'm walking past them, I'm going to say in Abaquin, hello?
They look over at you, not originally taking note of you. Hello.
Yes. It's interesting seeing Abaquins out here, so
Visiting the city.
yes.
It's unique.
What?
They're bad
cold.
at games.
I've noticed. I miss Casino. And I thought I'd never say that actually, so I don't like this place anymore.
Fair.
Do you happen to know where... God, I forget names as soon as I read them. Stranger Danger, Mahadri's palaces.
Mahadi's palace?
Mahadri, sorry.
They both get a little, like, flushed as you say that. It would be that building over there. They point
the
at
big one.
the huge church-looking building.
Oh, it's in a church. Nice.
Of course.
Sacrilege. Why not just add to the list?
My favorite's kind of sack.
No, that's not your favorite kind of sack. Anyway, I say, well, it's time to talk to that fucking cat man, I guess.
Okay. You walk past. As
Thank
you are, they both nod at you and smile. As you are walking past, you end up going inside of this large church-like building. And as soon as you walk in, there's a row of beads that separate you from other rooms to the sides that you hear music coming out from. This sultry, sexy-sounding music. And you look over at the front desk where there appears to be a man sitting there, filing his nails, who looks up at you and just smiles. Hello, sir. What could I do for you today?
I am here to have a discussion with the proprietor.
You are here to speak to Mahadi. May I see your palm?
I hold the palm I shook his hands with.
They look at it, and now that you have C invisibility, you see a large M marked on your palm that you didn't notice before. They look at it. Very good, sir. I will alert him that you are here.
There are about 5 different ways this thing can end, and as I'm just like looking for a chair to sit in.
Yep. You go over and you find stools. They don't have any chairs, just stools.
I position it so I have my back up against the wall.
As you are sitting there, waiting, sitting on the stool, just relaxing in this main foyer-like area, you see an individual walks in here completely cloaked and shrouded from outside, who, like, gestures their head in your direction but doesn't move up enough to reveal who they are towards you, and then they just wander over towards the left-hand side. A moment later, a few more individuals come by in the same manner and just wander into the left-hand side. About 10 minutes go by, and then you see a human walking down the stairs from behind the clerk's desk. and approaches over to you and sits down calmly right beside you. Hello, sir. It is a pleasure.
I'm going to look at him. And I'm just going to say, oh, you want to say something first, or?
No, I played the wrong music. I said wrong one.
Oh, I just heard whoop. Going to say, call me a skeptic. I'm assuming this is a disguise.
Of course. And as he says that, he gestures his hands outwards, which for a moment flicker and are backwards, and then flickers back into the proper position. You are an observant individual with a keen eye.
It's called a survival tactic.
It's good to have those. And by my estimate, you are a Bakwan, correct?
By homeland, yes.
You did not bring your companions with you. You do not trust them, do you?
Trust is hard to place and often leads to a unfortunate case of backstabbing where you come from, or where I come from. I trust them enough to not leave me to die in a battle, but anything else is hard to say. Who the fuck is playing the trumpet?
I'll look over in the other room. I'm not sure if that is a trumpet.
Oh no. Loxodon is being tortured in the other room.
It is all
No.
consensual here, so.
Anyway, jokes aside. I assume there's a reason you wanted to talk to me, or are you just fascinated by my
Thoughts more than anything else.
So you could read them. Gotta say, you have some strong magic to get through a psychic barrier.
It is only natural for me. You see, most magic in your world is not powerful enough to even remotely affect me. In fact, I was surprised that you could see me at all.
Trust me, I wasn't looking for you.
But you were looking.
In a place like this, you have to be certain about what you talk about where you are.
Yes. And what you think about as well.
Now that is something to be added to the list of pre-city checks.
Do not be worried. There are very few Rashasha in your world. You just got, let's say, lucky.
Well, I sure hope this is luck.
It is, because we have similar interests.
He'll cock his head a bit. He starts smiling a bit.
So, you see, I've owned this establishment here for 40 years. I am actually the physical second owner. Next time I think I'll choose an elf, so at least I don't have to change my disguise or ownership. But recently, my employees who handle the worst of it, they've been telling me whispers about new policies that will be put into place by Spauldings. I am not a fan of these policies, as they would directly affect my opportunity to make money. And you seemed motivated to... Am I correct?
He'll look sideways a bit. He'll say, motivation and willingness are different. I'm willing to do a lot, but motivation, there needs to be incentive behind it.
I was thinking of more of a partnership. You see, I don't just run a palace of pleasure. I run an information business. Do you know how many stupid people there are?
It'll be a sigh. It's just a psychic sigh. A lot of them. But in your business and mine, that's profitable.
And what if I would take this information that there are insurrectionists in city and give it to the highest bidder? Or I could take the information about new policies or underground other insurrectionists and give it to someone that shares an interest with me. I believe the choice is yours.
Out of character for a second, because that wording kind of got fucked up in my head. He's asking if he should sell this to the Spauldings or have me work with him.
He's asking if he should sell the information that you and your companions were thinking about insurrection out there.
Okay, yes.
To them, or if, since the two of you have similar interests, you were thinking about insurrection and that would be profitable for him, he would work alongside you. In reason.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He'll say, well, it's not the first time I've made this kind of deal. And I survived that. And I'd rather not get hunted down in another city.
Why, are you wanted in a different city? I need you to give me a wisdom save as you feel him beginning to dive into your deeper thoughts.
I'm going to use my recap.
Yup.
$17.
17 is just barely a success against him.
Yes!
You feel him prod deeper in there, and he feels you...
Not that we map. Sorry, it doesn't matter, but... No, it's just charmed or frightens.
Yeah,
it's not about thought insurrection.
Yeah. You feel him beginning to dive deeper, and you recognize the sensation because you're usually on the other side of this. And you manage to fortify your mind enough, and he just smiles at you. You cannot blame a man for trying.
Yeah. Can't blame a man for trying to check out his surroundings and trying to pass off the terrifying Rikshasha up on his face as the wind. And my own business won't matter in this business.
I would give you a few moments to think about it. Let's say 2 days. Come back here. We're either allies or enemies.
I'll be very honest, I'm just happy to get out of here without becoming a set of leather boots.
I would never demean somebody in that type of manner without them asking for it first. He sits off of the stool and wanders over to the beaded area, the left-hand side that all the cloaked individuals had gone into.
As I'm sitting there in the mega brothel,
Yep.
I'm just going to... I'm going to look at the receptionist. Do you have a hookah?
They smile. Yes, we do.
I'm going to need that.
Would you like it in a private room with a guest? Or the whole thing?
Get me a private room and a pass for 4 individuals besides me.
Oh, no, Gabrielle.
No Gabrielle, no Kamoon, or Kamoon.
Kamoon.
The moon.
That will be 40 gold for the evening.
I hand 4 platinum over.
They'll nod, walk with you to the right-hand side, past a couple of rows of beads, where you see there are private rooms that each one have signs on them: in use, in use, in use, in use, vacant, vacant, vacant. And then they open the door to one. Your hookah will be brought to you in just a moment.
As I walk in the room, I'm going to send Kat a message. I'm alive.
Well, that's good news.
We have some bad news as well, and I rented us a hookah lounge for the evening.
How is that bad news?
I said "and" before I said that.
Well, we have interesting news, certainly. So, we will head that way?
Yes, just look for the giant church. Also, if you don't want to be associated, this apparently has a lot of bad association with it. Wear something that covers you. A lot of people walk in here covered. None of them seem to leave covered, though.
Interesting. I think...
Oh my.
Shut the
Or
fuck
they
up.
are covered within something else.
Sandy's not getting close enough to see that.
He distinctly turns off his radar for the first time since camping.
You know, perhaps it might not be a bad idea to be seen going in. I will think on it. We'll be there shortly.
Already. So, all of you are walking through the Hook District, where you see people are selling all of these very odd instruments, really cool-looking oddities that people can just enjoy. Glenn and Monkey, I think you'll get a kick out of this. There's an individual who's selling 3 sticks. One of them has tassels made out of leather on either end of it, and the other 2 have these like little bits of leathery straps across the tips. And apparently you can juggle the middle one between the other 2, and he's showing you all of these super fun tricks with it, and it just looks like the most fun thing in the world. And these leather straps are enchanted, so you can light them on fire. As he flicks it, holding it in the one hand, pulls out a little sparked match and lights it as it's flying, and it won't even burn it. It'll burn you though, so you have to be very careful.
Fantastic. How do we get a hold of something like that if we wanted to practice?
He tosses it in the air, catches it, dumps it into a bucket, and then holds out the 3 of them. That'll be 5 gold pieces for the set.
Done.
And you,
Why
sir,
not?
would you like one? Do you want green straps, red straps, black straps, yellow straps, pink straps, rainbow straps?
I want a ladle.
Glenn, would you like one? I can get one for you if you'd like. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
that'd be great. 'Cause, I mean, I'm kind of low on cash right now.
I got this. You've been good. I like to try to take care of people.
What color
Thank
do you
you,
buy,
monkey.
Glenn?
I guess like a violet strap, I guess.
Oh, you're going regal. Okay. Okay. Purple's the most expensive dye.
There you go. Oh, can't wait to start practicing with this.
Yeah, should help us with our reflexes and our ability to concentrate.
So, Katarine gets the message while the 2 of them are purchasing sticks.
We are being beckoned.
Well, who doth beckons us?
What do you think?
Gotcha.
Hold to look for a large castle in the area. I'm gonna take a look around to see if I can see it from here.
He said large chapel.
Chapel.
And you see it. It's a reformed church to your goddess.
Sandy reading the surface thoughts. Ha!
Well,
She is the goddess of beauty and art. All art.
Yeah,
All right.
even the disgusting one.
it's still art.
Even the shit on Tumblr.
Hey, finger painting's an art.
Do you think this counts for or against Lyra in the race for this position in the godhood?
You know, I seem to have. I'm adding to it, so perhaps it's adding as well.
You being a slut does not add to it. You add to it by being a worshipper. Your promiscuity does not help.
About that.
Damn.
I think at least one person in here has a church fetish.
Glenn and Monkey, dexterity checks to juggle your sticks.
All right.
Alrighty.
It's just a straight dexterity check.
Straight dexterity. Neither of you are proficient in this yet. You're still learning.
Okay. I'm gonna use my game inspiration for this one.
Up you jazz.
That was a whisper
50.
roll, Glenn.
Oh,
15.
Sorry. Yeah.
15's pretty good. Yeah, you're juggling it all right. You got the in between when it's vertical really down.
You're doing better than I am. I got a 7.
Feels so natural.
Monkey says that as he's managing to like twirl it on one stick while trying to like, listen to the conversation that's happening right next to him. So, the 4 of you walk over there, sticks in hand, over to the Gimp house, as it was so eloquently put.
Called it a gimp bar.
Gimp bar. Okay, much better, much better. As you approach in there, you see the front desk clerk smiles over at you all. You have a meeting.
We have a friend who has rented the room for us.
Oh, he's got a room?
Can
Hey,
you
Hookah?
describe this friend to me?
He's an alligator person.
Ah, okay.
Kind of waddles back and forth because of his.
The
The tail keeps him balanced. But yeah.
They walk you down the hallway where you open up the room, and it is just filled with this. What scent or fragrance of hookah would you be, or flavor would you be smoking, Samdi? What is his favorite? And if you want, you can just say any ice cream flavor, and it's a hookah flavor as well.
Oh, I just about lost it out of my nose when I was drinking. I was thinking fish flavor because he's a gator.
I know. I was like,
Oh, God.
meat flavor.
Yeah, I just.
So, Samdi, what flavor?
Actually, the scent that hits you first is a citrus. I had to try it. Don't get too many oranges out in middle of fucking nowhere.
And the
Sounds
smoke
good to me.
just plumes out. Very
Now
low
what's-
couches, by the way, with long seats on them and short backs.
Somebody's on his side, tail taking up almost the entirety of his side.
Bart, you spent enough time in Lakudra's personal estate to know why the chairs are positioned like that.
Ah, they're the fucking chairs.
Does anyone else catch the look of recognition?
I don't know. Does a 16 catch it?
Yes.
Just every time something, like I just want that to be my canonical laughter or something.
The
And
clerk
then,
will-
You're the Nelson of the group.
The clerk will close the door. You all
one
enjoyed
moment.
yourselves. Oh,
Our to accompaniment. Because I'm sure he would have said it's 4-4. Somebody would have.
actually, the rooms are purchased for a set amount of time. The amount of people you bring into them is up to your favoritism, preferences, acts.
Well, the more the merrier. Let's bring him in.
No,
I
no,
I
vote for
think-
4
no,
hours.
no, ignore him, please, ignore him.
Kath will look at Kamun. I believe that if we could set this man up with a good drink, a good meal.
Yes, a good meal.
An actual good meal.
Yes, of course.
Come on. How much do you love your wife?
She's the mother of my 3 children.
That is
That's
not what
not
I
an
asked.
We agree monogamy is probably a good idea, so I don't accidentally bastardize anybody.
That's probably
Perfect.
probably
Do you
right.
have any sterile women?
We have sterile men.
Come on.
It's an easier procedure. Kaboon
That's
just
fair.
like, honestly, a meal and a drink would be marvelous. You got water? Yes, we have water. I'd like some water. And maybe a hearty stew or something. We serve things that you can eat with your fingers.
You know what? Here's 5 gold. Blow his mind.
Not literally.
With the food.
With
The
the
food.
food. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have this nice assortment of edible, and the door closes.
And as he's closing the door, Somebody wait till you see what I can do with these sticks.
Yeah, you gotta check these out.
I am officially removing you from this room.
That is
As-
the monkey.
As everyone gets settled in, the cat starts ritually casting the hut.
What?
Ooh.
Listen, it's a different plane. You can't listen in.
Fair. At least wait till they
Tiny hut is not a
because then
different
you're gonna
plane.
have the waitress
Yeah.
bump
You can
into
allow-
the wall of the hut.
You can allow noise not to pass through, but it doesn't count as a different plane.
I thought it did.
Nope, it
No,
is the same plane of
that's-
existence. It's just the
There's also
plane.
magic cannot pass through it, so
Yeah.
like it's a barrier around us for magic.
It's just
as
a
well.
dome. It's a dome. It's not the other one where you can create a place where you can go inside. That's a higher
Oh,
level.
that's right.
It's a higher level.
It's not Marvelous Mansion or Rope Trick. Like even
Also,
that counts
imagine-
as
Imagine being like that dome encroaches on somewhere else, and then just randomly there's this curved barrier in a hallway, causing problems. It's fine. We're here to chill out. We don't need to talk shop. Much.
okay. So
Well, then I'll
Well-
just switch it that we talk shop.
look, the proprietor of this establishment, he can already detect thoughts. He already read our minds when we walked into town. And unfortunately, revolutionary thoughts still count as sedition.
So, what is he asking of us?
Either
Because we aren't
partnership.
dead. We aren't dead yet, so it must be blackmail.
It's partnership, he calls it.
Blackmail.
Blackmail is not the right word. He wants to work with us, but he will use this against us if we don't help him. Yeah, it's blackmail, but
It's blackmail
friendly
with more
blackmail.
stars.
It's
Friendly
nice.
Blackmail with more stars.
So it is generous blackmail.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Almost an ultimatum, actually.
Hmm.
It's either against him or with him. His word, not mine. He is not too happy with a policy incoming in the election cycle.
Incoming.
Just fucking smoke your hookah.
That wasn't even that.
Just no. Shush. Shut.
Listen, you can't put me in this environment and not expect it.
Look, I'm in this environment and I'm not using those words.
Fine, fine. So there's a policy incoming that would damage his business. He's looking to avoid it.
Yes, using my methods. He smiles. You know what my methods are.
I do.
And
Bart,
I
whispered
already
you.
know. Oh,
You can continue.
and I already know what your two thoughts are on this. Specifically you, Bart. What is that anthem?
Bart, I whispered you, by the way.
You've been thinking it this entire time.
No. No. We let this play out.
Gavril will lean back, sitting next to Bart.
Again, sorry, Sandy.
A management change.
I mean, yes, it seems as though the policies here are at best deplorable.
And our new proprietor friend wants something done.
Reasonable, although I would be shocked if our ideals and theirs line up.
I mean, have you met me?
When I said ours, I meant the emotionally stable members of this group.
Who?
Oh, Glenn then.
Good
That,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Glenn. Yeah.
Gavril looks. Oh.
Sorry, Gabriel. Just met you yesterday. Don't know your thing.
It's reasonable.
Though
I come from broken home.
you'll
let's
fit
do it.
right in. Though that doesn't mean we can't use the power vacuum as an opportunity.
It's exactly the same as Casino.
Hopefully not exactly the same. Killing multiple gods gets boring after a while.
Right. Same old, same old.
Yes,
But,
but I understand your thought process here. We are essentially becoming silk without the genocide. Huh. What would be the word for killing an entire family?
Karma?
Familicide. I think it
Thank-
is.
Thank you, Monkey.
I think, though, that
Natural selection.
I mean, certainly, I think that the idea is a good one. I think that to remove a parasitic leadership and would be a good idea, regardless. But we also do know what the Spaldings are willing to go to in order to keep power. I mean, even a minor one was working with an object of such depravity.
And that's more reason.
I think that, and she kind of like looks around. There is, I don't think that there would be a better ally, as far as one being able to obtain information than somewhere that people already want to hide that they are here. This is the perfect place to get information.
Oh, trust me, I could sit in the foyer and read everyone's thoughts. That's essentially what he does, actually.
Not a bad setup.
God, now I'm pissed that I didn't think of this myself.
You know, after this, you could always start a partnership.
That was his suggestion.
Hmm.
Like I said, he is not telling us to work for him. It's work with him.
I like it. I would rather have a being that is strong enough to get into your head, Sandy, on our side.
Usually doesn't happen too often.
No, and yes, then we might not have too much of a choice in the matter, but I believe that the fact that he was willing to meet with you and talk with you and that is comforting in some way.
Is there something in particular that this dude wants us to get done?
He hasn't told me anything for obvious reasons. I haven't agreed to anything for even more obvious reasons.
Right. It seems like the group is on board to, help him out then.
Well, we have a consensus and a 2-day time limit to give him our thoughts. Willingly this time.
Hey, y'all. Watch this. 15.
You end up flipping it and then vertically juggling it up and down.
Starting to get the hang.
Go.
I can always rely on you to not do anything serious.
So, as you're having this conversation, would anybody like to go fetch the Rashasha? He does not just manifest himself here at your whim.
Hey, yeah, I said I wasn't going to listen to your thoughts, but I totally did.
That sounds on brand. But let's hang out and let poor Kamoon enjoy himself for 5 minutes before we introduce him to an extra-planar, definitely evil entity.
Yep. And but we have 2 days, right? Or how long do we have to let him know?
To reply? He said 2 days, but I don't think Samdi brought that up with any of y'all.
He did. He
he
just said we had 2 days.
I missed that part, my bad.
Well, I mean, do we say it now, or do we just kind of hold off? And, it's kind of like, may not want to seem over-eager.
Right.
I was thinking the same thing. It's like with when you give Pretty Maiden your carrier pigeon, sending her a message the same day is too keen.
Exactly.
You wait a day, then it doesn't look so needy.
Why do you do that if you actually like her? Why not just show her the affection that you want to give her?
Oh dear boy.
He has a point.
But then you just end up in the Squire zone.
That's fair.
The idea of
Bottle like put his arm around forgotten his damn name. Gabriel. You have much to learn about being alpha male.
yeah, that's it. I am leaving.
Have I ever told you the story of Andrew Tate?
Oh, I've heard of this imbecile. Hated by everybody who owns a vagina, correct?
That's the one. That is the one. Hated, but wanted.
I did not get that reaction from... Okay.
I
And
did say I was
Buttercup, you're
going
not
to
the one.
corrupt him,
You're not the
and
one
I
to
meant
bring up
it.
the whole alpha male thing when you were the Kudra's pet for a month.
That was consensual. It does not count. I put the collar on myself.
But that's what
That
you
is-
could not take off yourself.
You all see Gabriel is
That is
like
only
bright
because my
red
hands were
right now.
Gabriel, would you like to leave and get some fresh air with me?
Very much, yes. You walk out and
She is a
you-
switch.
you hear from down the hallway. What do you? No. This has been a complete misunderstanding. I said I want to taste some cherries. What kind of name is Cherry?
It's Cherry with an eye.
I'm gonna walk past the door that I hear that from, and I'm going to say, Kamoon,
Yeah.
want some air?
Yes, please. Yes, please. And he opens the door, and you see that there is a UNT woman in that room, mostly naked, and he's just like scurrying out as quickly as possible.
I do a double take. Prettiest woman I've seen so far. I nod to her and I leave. All right,
The three-
Kamoon.
Yeah. You get back out into the foyer where you see that the proprietor is sitting there at the help desk.
You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you had the best work ethic of all bosses here.
It is good to have a good work ethic. It gets things done.
I'll unguard my mind for a moment.
Mhm.
And I'll send him a telepathic knock knock, because I'm pretty sure I can't just enter his brain.
No, He will unshield his mind temporarily.
We have come to a consensus as I'm walking out the door.
Mhm.
A partnership would be the best thing for us right now. They want to be less eager about things, but I am not one to let a gift slip by. I am quite willing and motivated right now. So I do hope we can do the best thing the city ever got soon. Do the best thing for the city that ever. Yeah, fucking brain. My Atlantic. No. Stop corrupting my English.
He'll smile at you. Whatever your motivations are. But do we have an accord? We help each other? We both prosper?
I send him. I continue. I would like us both to prosper instead of only one of us.
Roll me persuasion.
I would like to use my actual advantage this time
Yeah.
because I have a lot of skills in a lot of things, but not persuasion,
Every other charisma stat. But
except performance.
so only
I'm-
deception.
And intimidation.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one.
Bada bing. A 21.
Not bad. He'll smirk. And then he begins licking his lips as he contemplates. What would be a number that instantly motivates you?
Out of character. Well, the number of dead usually help. No, actually in character. Fuck, I have no concept of money anymore. Like, I left for a couple of months and now money doesn't mean shit to me. I have like a quarter of what everyone else has.
Less.
Listen, Kat's over carrying weight because of her money. All right, like.
Okay,
So
can I...
I think I'm rocking around with like 10 grand.
10,000 gold.
Yeah, we're both. Yeah.
Dear Lord. God, okay, I'm going to need your help on this, Joey.
Okay.
So, can I... why can't I be as smart as my character sometimes? Can I insight to see what his like how much, either insight, perception, or investigation, to see like how much money this place would make considering the amount of traffic that comes through here, and put in like a specialist bonus, like
This would be a straight intelligence check.
straight intelligence.
Yes, sir.
A 16.
Not bad. Considering the fact that you asked for nothing except a private room with a hookah for the evening and you paid 40 gold for that, you're estimating that this place in a day probably brings in close to 2,000 to 3,000 gold, depending on the prices of discretion,
Services.
stuff such as that. So you estimate that he probably has a lot of income, but you would also understand that this establishment, everybody seems well taken care of. As for the staff, well motivated to work. So you think that he probably pays them decently. So your estimate is he probably wouldn't bat an eye at something like 5,000 gold, and that's where I'll leave your intelligence at. He wouldn't bat an eye at that, meaning he just wouldn't care.
In the message, I'll say we're talking about taking care of a Spalding, or at least Spalding-related individuals. This place is well maintained, well thought after. Your Shasha, that counts for something you don't have as much as a need for this corporeal place. But I suppose you get your own satisfaction from running this place, whether that be... Well, I think you can guess where I'm ending this.
We'll nod.
For all 5 of us. Should I... Okay, out of character. Do I need to count Gavriel?
I mean, he's Katharine's squire. That's pretty much it.
That means Katarine can take care of his paycheck.
There you go.
Oh man, who knew that having someone personally sworn to me was gonna backfire a little bit? Also looks at Bartikov.
I have someone personally sworn to me as well, and he's much cooler than yours. He's a shield.
With fingernails. Okay, so again, I need to double check this with you, Joey. Is he asking me what my upfront payment would motivate me for, or is he asking just payment overall?
He's asking you for what payment, what number can he throw at you that you would be favored in this exchange. There's no stipulation on time restraints or anything like that discussed yet. And that's where the negotiation comes in. You decide.
Yes.
10 million gold.
So just to be clear, the Rakshasa wants our help in destabilizing the government, essentially.
Yeah. Or something similar to it.
Yeah. Has he given any particulars on what he wants to do after that? Because we could say that fuck the money, we want a say in how the city gets rebuilt.
Well, Samdi's doing the negotiations.
What's the thing? Something we could do, but Samdi's a cunt, so he'll do what he wants.
I think that is the perfect description of my character.
Yeah, and he just scrounged 9 silver off the ground not too long ago, so
He's desperate.
he's probably going to ask for like 250 gold.
I spent like half my fortune on that room.
You gotta pump those numbers up, man. You gotta pump those numbers way up. Those are rookie numbers.
I had 8 platinum on me. I now have
That's
4.
good. That's 80 gold. That's not bad.
That's rich for most people.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have 900.
Platinum?
Platinum.
No.
And 1100 gold.
Fuck are you?
Rolling in it, apparently.
I hate all of you equally. But especially you, Bart.
It's because I don't have the strength requirement for plate armor.
If you did, you'd be a lot more poor.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to say my motivation is, well, very much corporeal. Them, on the other hand, they have a need to do good. He kind of does the audible air quotes. Good. One of them particularly has a bad reaction to governmental destabilization. So they'll probably want to ensure prosperity. I think I can count on you for that, at least on this port or side of the.
It is more profitable if everybody is profiting all at once, in the long term. Short term for things like humans and halflings. Oppression is more profitable.
Hmm. As for motivation, you said this guy makes like 3,000 gold what day?
A day. That is the revenue. That is not what he would make. You have to keep in mind he pays for operations. He pays for all the people. Like,
So if we round that down to like 1,000 gold a day,
yeah,
just like one third of it actually is profit. The rest is maintenance. So to count this to 10. God, I hate doing the negotiation. But I keep doing it.
Yep, that's what happens when you play charisma characters.
Yeah, but then I have to sit back in the background if I'm not a charisma character.
Ask Cat. Still have that psychic connection up.
No, I don't.
Oh, as you did shield. That's right. Yeah.
I'm going to say
You can all.
go ahead.
Oh, he did say what number right now, though, didn't he? What number would immediately get you right now? Right, Joey?
yes, he did.
Yeah. I was going to say you could hesitate and see. I'll get back to you on that, but he did say what number right now would make you. So never mind.
Okay, I'm just gonna fucking say this now because I hate staying here because it's awkward. I'll say to him, 15,000 gold. That would get me motivated to do almost anything.
He'll stick his backwards hand out towards you. Then we have a deal. You all will help me to stop this new law from being passed. And in return, I can assist you all with whatever it is you're doing against the Spauldings. And I will pay you 15,000 gold up front. You take the furry, squishy beaned Rakshasa paw.
Can you please not associate the beans with this guy?
He has beans, I'm sorry.
Uh,
It's one of the reasons many people end up making deals with them. It's so good to shake their hands.
yes, I'm going to grab his hand. Well, as I'm
Probably-
like, go ahead.
Nothing. I was just going to say he probably looked like Mars when he was little.
Oh, shut the fuck up. as like me and the two fucking Gabriel the Virgin over here are walking back in, I'll just shake his hand as I walk past him.
We'll shake. And as you arrive in front of your door with your companions in there, you see that the clerk worker, who's been missing this whole time, is standing in front of the door and hands you a chest, Samdi.
Fast and efficient. He should give you a raise.
Tips are appreciated.
I'll hand him my final 4 platinum.
You say final as you take the chest, and what's your strength score again?
It is a 10.
Okay. It sinks your arms a little bit. It's pretty hefty. You walk into the room and everybody sees that Santi has a very ornate-looking chest in his hands. That lock on the front is a flick switch lock, mostly a latch to keep it shut, but it's in the shape of a cat claw over it.
Samdi, what did you do to earn so much money so fast?
If I said prostitution, would you believe me?
No.
Gabriel looks at, he didn't do anything. We were outside and just enjoying the fresh air.
I
Right.
promised my services to somebody.
Your services. Or our services.
I don't believe I worded it into your services. I said my motivation was in line with what's in this chest.
Hmm.
But I do not like waiting. Also, your reward is yet to be discussed. But he did say he'll help us deal with the Spalding. Oh, yes, and I believe I left one important thing. It's a bill or a law being passed that we need to deal with, not a specific Spalding yet.
Hmm.
There could be my method of dealing with the bill.
Kill the sponsor?
Yes. Kill anyone interested in it.
Yeah, sometimes that creates martyrs, though.
I hate it when you're right.
Well, what exactly is this bill? Maybe it's already unpopular enough that just takes a little nudge.
He wouldn't need our help for that. I'm assuming this is something to do with his establishment. Not specifically, but by association of what this establishment does. Also, can you please stop twirling that stick in my face?
Yeah. So, take one stick behind the ear and the other stick behind the ear. I got my other one.
Where's the third stick? Where's the third stick?
It's right here in my hand.
Okay,
So, now, this here bill, we don't know what it is, or we do know what it is. I mean, is it a bill to grant freedom to people, or? We're
I
not
do
sure.
hope it's just something like banning prostitution of any sort. Be easier, and you'll be all aboard it, because it wouldn't hurt anyone. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But if it is a freedom bill or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I know you're gonna have a bit of a, I'm not gonna say a fit, a moral gray. I'll open the chest, look through it.
1,500 platinum pieces.
Okay.
I'm gonna look. Is there a note
No.
anywhere?
No. Actually,
Alright.
there is a note in there. Folded piece of parchment, and when you open it, it has an address on it. This address is inside of the Promised Edge.
So,
We have a destination.
to be completely clear, is the deal that was made for you and you alone, and that is your payment alone? Or is this, or did you commit the whole group under that payment?
It's probably just a down payment.
He did call it a down payment.
Right, but whatever type of payment it is, what I'm trying to ask is, does that purchase Samdi alone, or does that purchase the whole group?
Oh, I see. We could all be getting one of those. Okay. I'll be waiting for my chest.
All right, we're getting paid. What are we doing? Whirling my sticks.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Joey. Fuck me.
You're right on the answer. There you go. Joey.
18.
Yeah, but I went for Jet instead of Joe.
I know, but you got there. You got there in the end. That's the most important part.
I don't actually completely understand what I agreed to. I would be a horrible guy to make a deal with the devil. And that was, in fact, a fiend.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I believe I worded it so that I was the one being paid for.
You are the one being paid. And he said, what would make you immediately accept my offer? To have you and your companions work for me. So that's your payment, but you offered up your companions working for him.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It's a good thing we like you.
Yeah, I am not smart.
Since you incorporated, their payment is his assistance overthrowing the Spauldings. Since you needed fiscal motivation.
I am fiscally motivated. They're emotionally motivated.
Exactly.
Listen, both is good.
Yes. Look, I can only do one or the other.
You can't be a philanthropist if you don't have money to give.
Exactly. No, I'm going to say the money is my motivation. He promised assistance with, let's call it management, or a change of management. That would be your.
So we're not getting paid.
I slide him a single platinum.
Something. If you have incorporated all of us, we get equal pay.
Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you equally. As I root through the chest and just take out a huge chunk of it and put it in my bag.
Sleight of hand. Let's see how much you get at once.
Sleight of hand. Fuck that. I'm doing athletics.
I'll do a sleight of hand.
Can I hold person?
I think he's
No,
taking
that's-
his portion and then.
Yes,
distributing it.
that was me wording some not dejected. What's the other word? Begrudgingly taking his portion.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, how are you distributing it, Samdi? It's 15,000.
5 ways. 5 guys, Bergensen. Fries.
That comes out to 3,000 gold apiece.
Yeah.
Or 300 platinum pieces apiece.
Everybody's
Alrighty.
got money now.
I give Sandy back 200 of the platinum pieces.
You know, you're just enabling me.
I have expected you. I'm sorry, just somewhere in my mind I expected you to go, I could not possibly carry any more. And just head back to
I would have walked out the fucking door.
I'm not
Just
that
be like,
big.
listen, I can't wear a certain type of armor because of these noodles. I can't carry more.
Also, I'm pretty sure you went even more overweight with that.
Oh,
But now I have
I'm
Gabriel.
getting
He
there.
has actual muscles.
No, I will carry everything for you, princess. It's not an issue at all. And you
And-
all look at what's his name? Kamoon, who's just like watching you pass out more money than he's ever conceptualized in his life.
Hey, think about it this way: Cat's buying an estate now.
So all of you, all of you are you're overthrowing the Spaldings then, right?
Oh fuck, he was in the room for that.
Yeah.
Let me put it
That's
this way.
kind of the idea.
Yeah,
So,
Come on. Are you
We,
familiar with the phrase?
Monkey started. Monkey.
Go ahead.
Let me put it this way. So, we like to see justice done in the world and set things right. Glenn and I, well, the rest of us too, but especially Glenn and I, are of a different religious sort. We want to help people out and help out the animals and do what's right. Make sure our hair looks good.
Reaching the truth.
So, we are gonna. It appears that we're gonna be undertaking this. We saw some commotion as we were coming into town, and I don't have to tell you about the societal rules that are going on here. And so, we just want to make this a better place for everyone.
It could use some of our enlightenments.
I'd appreciate not to be a part of any more of these conversations or proceedings, if you don't mind.
actually, how long had we been talking about it?
In front of him, 5 minutes, if that.
Do you have modified memory?
One
Yeah, modified
second.
memory.
Yeah, please.
Yes,
no,
I
no, 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 no,
do.
no, 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 no.
Yes, I do.
We-
And I'm
There is an
upcasting it to 6th
opportunity
level so I can get
Cat,
enough time.
Stop, please.
You can tell her why.
Why?
And then you can tell her why, and then
Because we need his unwavering loyalty and a sprinkling of culpability, guilt by association.
Yes, but also he's associated with us, and you not think he's gonna flip immediately?
No, because I want him to know that I'll fucking rip his eyes out if he does.
And she's still casting.
Unsettling presence. So
Yeah, so
he's got disadvantage on it.
so she's gonna cast. Actually, I'm only gonna do it to 5th because it does up to 10 minutes there.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna wipe the conversation and
Gets a saving throw. Wisdom, correct?
At disadvantage.
Pass.
at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, he has a +0.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Disadvantage, thank goodness.
Yeah. Thanks, Glenn. Thank you, buddy.
Ooh, that was a 19 and a 2.
And so
You rewrite the last
Can't-
10 minutes. What is it? What does he think?
can't so and then there's like that giant chest in there.
I mean, he doesn't need to have any real context with the money. He already knows we're rich.
That's true.
and
so
Monkey
so,
and Glenn have been.
so it's
Just definitely staring at him as I do it.
right. So basically, okay, so the chest came out of a bag of holding. It's a previous payment, and we have just been chatting about what kind of property we want.
So, as you go over to him, just place your hand on his cheek to calm him for a second. His eyes just go blank,
Oh, the baby.
and then he comes back to. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have a little bit of a green thumb. I could definitely help you out maintaining some basic gardening and stuff. Nothing like, I could probably do like petunias. No issue. If you're going for the big one, that is. You know, don't feel obligated to hold on to what you said earlier just for my sake.
No, you would make a
Someone-
perfect house manager.
It seems like every time you open your mouth, you make yourself more useful to us.
So tempted. I'm not, but so tempted. Now about overthrowing the Spalding.
Now back to
So,
overthrow.
now that you've
Because I'm
successfully...
assuming Kat let us know what she was doing.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. There was a psychic message, everyone, of like, we're erasing this guy's mind. We were talking about a house. Bam.
But, come on, it is important to remember that whilst being friends with us is potentially lucrative and comes with many benefits, it does come with dangers and responsibility. And your primary responsibility, if you were to continue to be associating with us, is that we do need your unwavering discretion.
Oh, sure. So, I mean, I'm not trying to get myself in trouble with anything, but, I mean, y'all are taking such good care of me. I don't see a reason to, oppose you on anything like that. I mean, y'all have treated me with more respect in the last few hours than I've received my entire life, so, yeah.
And we shall keep it that way. But remember, if anyone asks you any questions about us, you should refer back to us before answering them.
All right. I guess.
Excellent. We shall be fast
Excellent.
friends. And I'll
It's
just,
like, hey.
place my hand, place my hand right here. Just give it like a little squeeze. Just to let him
Intimidation.
know.
Utilizing strength.
I wouldn't
Not
do
your
that.
strength.
The last
No. Please, no.
All right, utilizing charisma. is
Charisma.
fine. I thought you were trying to force.
Oh no, I don't have the
I
beans
keep forgetting
to be
you're
forcefully intimidating
Yeah,
you.
I keep forgetting you're a paladin warlock, not a paladin warlock.
Yeah.
18.
Just
Right.
that's my boy. And I just pat him on the shoulder and let's find somewhere to rest and
Well,
see
it seems
about
like-
finding this real estate in the morning.
yes. Speaking of the real estate talk, so it seems like we're gonna check in with Tree, see what kind of contacts he might have gathered for us, and then maybe check out this address that the proprietor here gave us.
talk to a tree.
Yeah, he invited. If you don't remember, he invited us for dinner tonight. We also have dinner scheduled,
Dimitri.
slated. Yeah, he has to say Tree. And we also have dinner slated with Richard. Come on,
Can you
we'll
please just blow that off.
Yeah,
let
I
you
mean,
go back home soon, and tonight, and you can spend the night with your wife, but and kids. But we might need your services on.
Oh, absolutely. I'll meet you outside the gate. I didn't get myself a leather van like all of y'all did. So,
Oh, I thought they give him a band too. They didn't.
No. They
Okay.
they would not give a commoner a week-long pass in the city. They wouldn't give a
I forgot it was a
groveler.
week pass. Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
it was a week pass. I thought it was for some reason in my head it was a day pass. Well, seeing as how we got dinner and stuff tonight and busy day tomorrow, I'm gonna take a nap. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go twiddle spin and toss my stick before I close my eyes.
Sounds good.
So, how long is it going to take Kamun to walk back to his place? Or walk back to the main gate?
Oh, he's gonna need an escort too, because he doesn't have a band.
I'll
what?
walk him.
Oh no, I have a horse. Hang on, I'll offer to walk him back to the gate. I'll walk alongside my horse. And was I riding a horse or a bear? Whatever. my steed.
My
I'll walk
instinct
along-
says bear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you had
riding
it flavored as a bear, but it wasn't a
Yeah.
bear. But it was flavored as a bear.
And yeah, I'll offer to walk in because there's something I want to chat to him about, and it's not going to be. It's not. I don't need to apply any more mental pressure to him, but I have an ulterior thing.
Okay.
All
So
right.
the plan is you're going to take him back to make sure he's safe. So that's good. You might want to take. Do you want to take one more person with you, or you think it's going to be okay? You're fine. It's a city.
I can escort a single commoner to a gate.
If nothing happened to Samdi, we should be okay.
Alrighty. Well then, you're escorting him back. You all are meeting up with Dimitri for dinner at his home. And we all have an idea of what type of trouble you're all going to be getting into while you're in town. I think this is a glorious place for us to go ahead and end the session. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a fantastic time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.